Yeah, yeah, I will sell myself a preach. And please, I don't stand here as a victim. I stand here who has to connect with myself from a different place. And I has reminded me that nothing outside of me is shit my peace. Nothing anyone else can say, do, or are. And I thought Jesus never wanted me to stand in your shoes. If you have this action,
I said that the Unity Party campaign was centered around fighting corruption. So we use this opportunity for them to display that political will to fund the institution. Number one, there are a couple of outstanding issues when it comes to challenges affecting the LCC. We will use the opportunity to also call on the government to exhibit political will to help us with the passage of the law to establish the anti-corruption code. Those are political will I'm talking about. Basically, political will to help the LACC perform its jobs.
Of being effective in combating corruption. And so the more we're talking to each other, the more we're listening and learning from you, the more effective we're going to be. Now, before speaking to the accomplishments of the awardees, let me underscore that no matter who they are or where they work, none of them does this alone. And I know you would be the first to say that. Indeed, one of the reasons that these leaders are so effective is because they inspire others to join them. So today, we're honoring not only these 11 champions, but all of their partners, including their teammates here at the State Department. Every awardee was nominated by American diplomats around the world, most of whom work side by side with all of our champions to advance our shared priorities. Take any goal of our foreign policy, anything that we really care about, expanding economic opportunity, empowering underserved communities, enhancing security. All of them are served by building more accountable institutions, more accountable societies, more transparency. So we have an abiding interest in rooting out corruption, both to improve lives in local communities and to build more prosperous, more secure, more rights-respecting partners. We were looking at the awardees and learning from their stories. I think what's powerful is you can really draw lessons from each of their work. And I've seen, as we've been talking about this together, maybe 5 things that really jump out. So let me share those with you in talking about the awardees. First, a key part of combating corruption is working to reform corrupt institutions from within, wherever possible. That's a very powerful thing. You heard reference to Veronica Mikhailoff-Moreau and what she's done in the Republic of Moldova. Having worked as a public defender, she knew firsthand how broken her country's justice system was.
Okay, this citation is read on behalf of the Friends of Lila. And we thought it wise on this day to show our appreciation by recounting some of her achievements, some of the things that we know that she did that impacted lives. So after reading the citation, we have a plaque to present to her, and I will please ask the Bishop Johnson to present the plaque on our behalf after reading the citation. I will also print out the citation, put it in a frame that she can keep in her office or in the house to always look at it. Whereas, in recognition of your determination to thrive in a society that provides limited opportunities for the youthful population, especially emerging from a civil war situation in Liberia, you created an enabling environment.
Sit back, relax, and let us spice up your mornings. The Punch Breakfast Show starts now.
Stay tuned for a morning full of energy and entertainment, right here on Punch Radio 106.7 FM.
Sit back, relax, and let us spice up your mornings. The Punch Breakfast Show starts now.
Stay tuned for a morning full of energy and entertainment, right here on Punch Radio 106.7 FM.
It is new. Radio Entertainment Liberia and Punch FM 106.7 presents Punch Cash Give.
Good morning, early risers. You're listening to the Punch Breakfast Show, your ultimate wake-up call, with your hosts Bokai Amara Kamara and Harris G. Belly. Rise and shine, everyone. It's time to kickstart your day with laughter and great vibes.
That's right. Grab your coffee and get ready for a sizzling morning packed with the hottest topics and the coolest tunes.
We've got everything with your favorite. We're dishing out those feel-good stories that will put a smile on your face.
So sit back, relax, and let us spice up your mornings. The Punch Breakfast Show starts now.
Stay tuned for a morning full of energy and entertainment, right here on Punch Radio 106.7 FM.
Okay, another great, wonderful, blessed, and pleasant day across Liberia. Once again, another great, pleasant, and wonderful day across Liberia. Today is Thursday, the 11th day of July, AD 2024. Let me say good morning to you wherever you are, however you're listening, wherever you are residing. Welcome to yet another edition of the Punch Breakfast Show, the PBS for short. And somebody says the PBS for short. Let me say good morning to Juje Warway, Ansu James. Hey, Ansu James, I'm watching live from Bona Farm. That's in Painesville. Juje, we just don't know where you're watching from, but those following us through our online platform, that's the Punch TV live page. Let me say good morning to you. Those listening to us through their radio. If you are home, you are on a taxi cab, you are in your private vehicle, you are at your work's, job site, right? Yep. Let me say good morning. Welcome. Boakai Amara Kamara is my name. I'm pretty seated here for you, driving you through this morning. I'm not just here alone. I'm here with Mr. Biddy. That's Harris Biddy. We'll be bringing you another fascinating discussion this morning that will take us up until later on. But at 9 o'clock, Mark Pacquiao will sit on the Breakfast Show. Mark Pacquiao will sit with us on the Breakfast Show. Yeah, but listen, you just don't want to make the interactive segment of the show, because from now up until that time, we're going to be digging deep into a lot of things this morning, making sense of the disco, making sure that Liberia is back on its feet. So let me say welcome. 12 minutes past 7 o'clock. It's good to be here. Today is Thursday, a day to the weekend. It's a cloudy weather. Some places is, the rain is kind of falling. Yeah, part of Cinco is kind of falling, and making our way to Painesville. There was some little shower of rain this morning, so if you are going out there, you have to wear your green gears. Let me cross over and welcome my colleague, Mr. Billy, this morning. Harris, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Wakai, and good morning, everyone. I'm honored. I'm good this morning, but like you rightly placed it, it is not a terrible weather this morning, and so you have to be prepared. Just in case of eventuality. Yeah, be on the safe side. But I'm good. And I hope we're good as well, every one of you following the broadcast this morning. We hope to have a wonderful, wonderful conversation this morning.
Thanks so much, Mr. Brady. There's this report of government officials owning vehicles, machines, with concession companies in our country. I don't know if it is okay for a certain government official, most especially a lawmaker, to own a vehicle that is being rented by a concession company. I just don't know if it is right, Harris, because I think it will create that bound between the lawmaker and the company, that they will not be able to express themselves once the company is called on to the lower house or the upper house. I just don't know if you have any insight about this.
Well, Buckeye, I'm still just as the way you place it, that this has been an issue across our political space in this country, that we have observed over times that you come across lawmakers, government officials having, ownership with different companies and institutions as well. Now, I want to believe that with the case you cited, that there is a bit of problem with it. And I've been reading through as well. You found out across from one government institution to another, past officials of government, present, and everyone got about that. Now, what am I thinking is this? If, for instance, I'm the commerce minister, right? Or with the case of the commerce minister, I'm thinking that if you observe the commerce minister, even though he had a lot of hospitality businesses across the country, but when the commerce minister at the time took over the job, he relinquished his ownership right, which means he resigned.
Yeah.
Similarly with that of the CEO, the former CEO of the station. But then Mr. Horner was the CEO of Punch FM. So Punch FM is being regulated by the LTA, right? So when the president appointed him as acting commissioner at the LTA, he resigned he turned over his ownership. I mean, his CEO-ship, if that's a word to use, but he turned over his ownership and he relinquished his post as the CEO of this institution because there is conflict of interest on the job. Why, if the LTA wants to regulate? Why, if the LTA embarks on regulation, like the way the LTA? A lot of folks reached out to me that day and said, "Oh, but I told you want to get Punch 7, how how LTA put Punch 7 on the list of being, compliance." And I was like, "This is how it works," because Mr. Horner has long left the position or turned over the position. So in that capacity, he's able to make independent judgment that will affect the institution, whether positively or negatively, because it is what the job calls for. So this is how it should be across all government ministries and agencies. Again, we are not saying that because you are a minister of government means that you cannot do business. No, but you cannot do business with a place that you have oversight. You cannot do business with a function that you have, with a job or with an institution that you have oversight. There are times in this place that the current speaker, but then when he had his law firm, I'm a bit forgetting about his law, the name of it. I hope I'll get it on the conversation. So when he had that law firm, at the time that firm was being called before the House of Representatives, but then he was a deputy speaker or so. What happened was that he backed off. He did not attend session. He did not participate in the section that the lawmakers had called his law firm to come and answer questions. So his justification was because I have ownership of this law firm. I can provide I can exercise my oversight responsibility. Even if I try to be independent as possible, there will be claims and counterclaims and disagreement with the public that I'm biased, evidenced by my association or my ownership of this company.
Yeah.
And this is how it should go to occur. Now, it happened during the CDC time when Sir Joseph was, but then the NTA, the National Transit Authority, was the National Transit Authority had a contract with the administration of the University of Liberia. Now, that contract entered with the University of Liberia, bringing thousands of dollars to the National Transit Authority. And in return, the National Transit Authority are providing services. The NTA buses you used to see alone, the various campuses of the University of Liberia. That's both federal and that of main campus.
Yeah.
The buses that were there by the NTA, it was a contract. So yearly, the U.S. administration used to commit somewhere around, I think, somewhere around 40,000 or more to the NTA. Now, what happened was that Sir Joseph, being the senator of Montserrat and a strong steward of the CDC, influenced that contract and had the contract taken from the NTA and given to him. So the U.S. administration now entered a new contract with Sir Joseph. Now, the dangerous thing about it is that Sir Joseph, being the senator, that should have the oversight on the functions and operations of the NTA, was the one now that taking the contract and rendering the services that the NTA should have rendered to the university. So what happened at that time is that Sir Joseph bosses now his company that were providing transportation services to the university. How there was never a time that the lawmakers or the legislature was able to call that company to perhaps to plenary to ask them as to in terms of the transportation needs that they're providing to the students. There were times that the university students protested, right? There were times that they complained. But all of these things, there are no solution towards them. So it means that those in authority, especially if you are minister, for instance, if you are minister of mines and energy, it is not prudent that you have a mining company. It is not prudent that you have a concession company because you are the minister of mines and energy. Your oversight responsibility will be to monitor and evaluate the performances of those concession companies as to whether they're living in compliance with the mineral development agreement or the concession agreement entered with the government of Liberia. How now you as a minister of mines and energy sit at that area and want to regulate? It's not possible. You cannot be the director general of the Liberia Electricity Corporation and then you have an electricity company that's operating the sector as well. It is uncalled for. It is not a good practice. But what are we saying is that again, you can be a minister of mines and energy, do sports business. Maybe you want to open your store to sell sporting materials. I mean, everyone across the world, even government officials have their businesses running.
Yeah.
A lot of those that enter politics become, they came from a business background. So you cannot subject the man, say, because you are a government official, it means entirely you cannot have a business running. But what are we saying is that you cannot conflict your function with a business. So, for instance, you as a senator or a representative that should have oversight responsibilities on the performances and on the performances of those institutions as with the mineral development agreement, as what are they living by it, right? So the oversight responsibility should go, range from the facility, the safety on the job. You want to talk about personnel benefits. You want to talk about personnel needs. You want to talk about contract entered with Liberia frames as to what are those contracts have been fully executed and what are they meet all of the criteria and the credentials as well. Then you now as a lawmaker providing this contract, entering a contract with that company. How well will you exercise such a function? How well will you exercise such a function?
That's the question. Yeah.
So you understand the conversation. So you understand the conversation. This is where we are.
Yeah. So I asked that question because we are driving at something this morning. This issue about Beer Mountain. The deputy speaker and other government officials, they have stopped development because we as citizens, what we should be benefiting from that particular concession company, we are not benefiting it because few lawmakers and few former government officials are benefiting immensely from the contract that was signed into between they and the B Mountain. That Western Cluster, right? Yeah, Western Cluster. Harris, the deputy speaker of the House of Representatives, in person of Thomas Fowler, they may do have a company called the Desire Construction Company. And that company, under that company, he procured 32 trucks and 10 IVE moving equipments. 10 IVE moving equipments for himself and not for the Liberian people. As a matter of fact, he's rented this equipment to Western Cluster under the condensing contract worth 6.8 million. I'm talking about a whipping 6.8 million United States dollar. This is the reason why when people talk about bringing in of yellow machines, you will see some of these lawmakers trying to post stop to the president from bringing in the yellow machines. Because they don't want to know. They are benefiting. Whether we like it or not, Thomas Fowler, not only Thomas Fowler, but the list is here. All those have been all those the owners of the trucks. Thomas Fowler name is there. Finabondo, former chief of protocol. Finabondo to have trucks. Jeremiah Saki, deputy minister. I don't know where which one of the deputy. Okay, Minister of Finance. Jeremiah Saki, deputy minister, Minister of Finance. Siwa Breeze, deputy director, EPS. These are people that are immensely benefiting from what we should be benefiting from. Because Harris, once the road is pliable from your hometown in that's Bomi to Mosurado County, it will be a good thing. When Western Cluster came, they told us that they were going to build a railroad, right? That was what they told us. But they can't build that railroad because some government officials are benefiting. They are trucks, they are heavy moving equipment. They have rented it to the companies. So they are the ones stopping the construction of the railroads in our county. So that Western Cluster can be transporting the iron ore. No. They're saying that because they are benefiting. The deputy speaker, Thomas Fowler, Finabono, Siwa Bridge, and other people. We are not saying that they shouldn't have business, but they should. Not the deputy speaker, man, Harris, man. Not the deputy speaker. So in case now for instance, Western Cluster is invited at the house, what you expect that man to do as a deputy speaker? So when Finabono was serving as chief of protocol, what you expect the government to do against Western Cluster? What you expected the government to do against Western Cluster when a person that is right near the president, in person of Finabono, when she herself having trucks and IVE moving equipment hired by the company that killing the dreams of Liberia, extracting our minds instead of building the railroads. They agreed to build railroad when they said that when they were going to take over, they were going to build a railroad. Harris. But here up to now, we are 6 years administration. They were unable to do that. And this is a call to the president. You know, some of these things, when we sit back and look at it, we will say that the president told us that this will not be business as usual. And he was going to hire you know, you're going to hire people to carry on auditing firms, international auditing firms to carry out audits. But here we are, Harris. Since the government took over, there have been a lot of reports coming out, but actions aren't being taken. The president, the vice president, other people, we need actions. We set up the tax folks. How far are we?
I think with that Buckeye, I've been one person that always have an objection to that. And this is my objection in terms of executing audit reports, or perhaps cracking down, you know, on from this. It is tough. We be slow to deal with this issue, so that when we get on it, it's being done properly, and to be in a hostile mood, or to be in a very, 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 you know, Russia Mela mood, and at the final analysis of it, we still fall in the same very trap we are skipping. Now, what do I mean is this? I know the conversation has been about audit. The conversation has been about audit. You go left, you go right, you go back, and go forth. The conversation is let's audit the past administration. That's granted. But the president, what I do believe, is working ways out that how can we tackle this audit thing? That everyone will be a part of this conversation. That they will see the bigger picture that we're auditing, so that those are served previously were accounted for their service to the country, and don't see it as a targeting certain group of people. So that's why, for me, I have understood the president's conversation that way. And that's why when people say, oh, that's why we're looking for President Barker now to come and audit, and I'm like, hey, you got to be careful. This is government. It goes beyond, I mean, what you just think that should be done right on the ball. The president needs to seek the opinion of the judiciary system. The president needs to seek the opinion of the executive. The president needs to seek the opinion of the legislature in terms of how the government will tailor this approach. Now, most Liberians will not get this. So everyone will say, oh, we put the president there, he say you audit. We want to audit George Weah. Okay, that's fine. So why if the president called the GSC wants someone to go audit George Weah? Then the GSC go about and audit George Weah, and perhaps whatever way it goes on, then the GSC report and say George Weah not corrupt. Then George Weah will use it as a political conversation that the president wants us to bring in a public disrepute, right? Then you put the government in a position to defend herself. Again, another way it will be is that why if the president orders the GSC to go and audit, and the GSC go and conduct an audit in the space of 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and come out report and say George Weah was corrupt. Then the conversations are run. Then the vast majority of those that believe in George Weah start the conversation that this is about witch hunt. How well will the government go about defending herself towards that? So what the government, what the president in his wisdom, I think is doing is that let's get all of the conversation on board. Let's seek the opinion of the judiciary. That how can we tailor this thing? Let's seek the opinion of the executive as well. Let's seek the opinion of the legislature. Let's combine these different views and let's come up with a definite approach towards this thing. President Walker has said times of odd numbers that those are served in this country previously occupy different government positions and served, whether they looted from this country or whether they provide services to this country. They must account for that service. How soon would that be? How urgent would that be? That's the conversation. And this is not about urgency. This is about doing it in a way that everyone will welcome and embrace. I know you want to have a time, Buckeye, that after the audit process has been conducted, and if the GSC is telling you that, for instance, Buckeye Camara is free from all what the public think, you'll be like, oh yes, I think I want to reason with this. You want to have an audit report when the GSC is telling you that, for instance, Buckeye Camara is corrupt and he was involved into these things and this thing. You want to have a reflection to part of the reason why the GSC said this. When I say, oh yes, I think I can remember that thing before. Yeah, we know it. Then like that, you have a people-centered conversation. Then the people themselves buy into it. So the thing about all the, we gotta be careful. But I'm particular about this situation with Thermo Fala coming up. Again, for me, I'm very careful. That's why I did an official, Western Closer has their official email, right? So the FOI, I did an FOI last night, I sent it to them. I think they receive it. I'm here to get a response, and I'm looking forward. So I was basically asking in relations to this Thermo Fala Dam. What's the name of the company again?
Desire
Construction Company.
Yeah.
As to the Desire Construction Company in terms of the ownership right, or in terms of the company in terms of the agreement of this with this individual. But okay, let's hold it at a fixed value that if this is Thomas Fala Company, right, that the deputy speaker, what at the time he was not deputy speaker, I want to believe at the time that agreement was being entered, he was now a deputy speaker at the time. But he was a representative at the time, because the last time I checked, over the last 15 years, all Thomas Fala life has been surviving on the taxpayer money in this country. For the last 16, 18 years, I have observed all Thomas Fala survivability is dependent on the Liberian people taxpayer money, or on the Liberian people money. That's how he has survived. So it is of no secret now that if he has seen a vacuum that he wants to fit in, why he still take away from taxpayer and also take away from the concession companies account. That's how everyone will be as greedy as it is. But those are the same very individuals, even people that work with them, they don't pay them.
Yeah.
Those are the same individuals, even those that work with them, they complain.
His own radio station.
They have radio stations around. They get young people as young as 20, 25 that are committed to doing the job, and they care less about it. They use the different institutions, the different platforms for political advantage. So you say, oh yeah, they make a radio station. Oh yeah, they make a university. Go at the university, instructors that they are being underpaid. But those are the ones I would say they call concession companies and say you underpaying your staff.
Yeah.
This how confused we have become.
It's not only limited to Thomas Fala. I'm talking about other lawmakers, other government officials.
A lot of them. So that's what I've said. Thomas Fala now, the 6.8 million contract allegedly entered with Western Closer. What that shows, this is the man or the people at the legislature. That's what the last time I said. President Boakai, for me, whether there are laws on the book that say the president is supposed to go to the legislature and say we won't bring yellow machine, but why you think? Then legislature say, oh, how you going to get the yellow machine? The conversation. I have been one person that said, if we will welcome such a conversation, it should not be with that legislature we have. 70% of those lawmakers are there. They enter the house to sustain and to follow, get advantages in their businesses they do. That's part of the reason why they went there. Some of them have construction companies. Some of them have concession companies. That's Zinanomo, for instance, for Guapolo. Zinanomo owns a mining company. So such a man wants to enter the house so that when government, when there are concession companies entering the country, his company will secure contracts on them. Such a man and Thomas Fala now have the Desire Construction Company, right? Thomas Fala will be in the house so that all the companies that are in the country that are wanting, in terms of construction needs, what a road conditioning and other providing other services, they will secure that contract instead of it being given out to the public. You have Sir Joseph, when there is transportation vacuum, that ordinary Liberians should step in and provide those services, and what they get empower them. Their friends, they will take that contract Boakai and put it under their sleeve. That's part of the reason a lot of those individuals enter in government. Not necessarily that because they want to be there, but because they want to advance their businesses and they want to get opportunities to further enrich themselves. That's the reason. So come to think of it now. That 6.8 million contract Boakai. If, for instance, Western Closer had a vacuum and they needed a construction company to recondition their roads, and schools and the different other, needs of the company. 6.8 million, assuming 3 Liberians who have taken that contract, assuming each one of them will have had 2 million of that contract. That's 6 million. 2 million of that contract, they will have employed more people. And the individual that were employed, they were being paid better as compared to the lawmakers. The last time I checked, in these lawmakers are various companies. The drivers are driving for Sir Joseph. You won't believe someone are making $75 per month.
And
I'm
they-
telling you, so,
and they are making millions.
When they took the contract from NTA,
Yeah.
and gave it to Sir Joseph, NTA were making about 100, 80 to 100,000 per year yearly from the Universal Library in terms of transportation services. When Sir Joseph took that contract from NTA and gave it to the company, the drivers input on our bus was making as little as $100 per month. And the bus will go and park on the campus because classes are have time intervals.
Yeah.
So the buses 24/7 you have to be on the campus up to that hours.
Yeah.
They were there.
To-
So imagine that kind of atmosphere. Tomorrow I had a radio station right? And you are paying the children $1,500, $2,000.
We're talking about LD. Please don't misquote us.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about LD.
1,500,
1,500 LD.
Some of them last time I checked, the manager for that radio station were making $7,200.
LD.
I'm talking about brother that they wanted to pay. I'm saying that US will gain $7,200. They wanted the manager for Tomofala radio station.
Then imagine
for making
reporters.
7,200.
Imagine
So that
reporters.
was 2,000, 3,000. The university they get on the highest paying instructor is around 250. The university, but that's an area that generating revenue, money for them. They continue to enrich themselves. That's how they strangulate Liberians in this country. And the conversation will come. So they enter in the capital, they sit there very comfortably. They look through government files, right? So they will have for instance, the speaker deal with the law aspect. So the speaker, station number 12, Representative Jerry Yokwa, all of them go to the law angle, right? They deal with the law aspect.
Yeah.
So Jerry Yokwa now, the speaker may the chair, the co-chair on the judicial committee. So two of them work here because the speaker had businesses running in the law. The speaker had law frames, right? So from that angle, he said that when there are contracts, when there are need for lawyers and everything, the speaker will review, the judicial review, and the ones that have the lion's shares, right? Then the speaker frame will take it. I had to do it. Then you leave from there, you want to come to the education side.
Yeah.
Right? You want to come to the education side. So the education side, you have Tomofala is involved in the education. Small Mobile is involved in the education. You want to talk about Sir Joseph as well, right?
Construction.
So all the areas. So when there are opportunities in terms of education vacuum, maybe whether there are 50 scholarships that will be provided by government to schools around the country, they will send those students, they will send the scholarship to their school because in return, their school will benefit. The funds that will be provided by government will go towards a school. So that's how they will do it. Then you move on to the construction area. That's the same way. You want to talk about concession companies. So a lot of those lawmakers, like for instance, Zinanomo from Bapolo, Eugene Cody. You want to talk about Sir Joseph as well. You want to talk about Tomofala, right? All of them have that are different concession companies or construction company, whatever the way you want to tell me. So they said that when different concession companies are in the country operating, they review that fast and know, for instance, if Bear Mountain wants a driver or perhaps 5 forerunners, then Sir Joseph was okay, but I get it. You can't enter the contract, and they're going to do it. On top of that, if the senator calls in and say, I have this, and we enter a deal with my company, obviously there will be of no objection to that bracket, and it will enter. That's how these guys have divided this country. It is set at that level. The only thing is, oh yeah, lawmakers. So, lawmakers is this.
And what frustrates me so much, Harris, about them is that our brothers and sisters that normally come in their defense, when you try to talk about them, you will see people come in their defense. That the best lawmaker. Best lawmaker. You know how much I made making in a daytime? When they make $50 and give it to you, then you start calling on all the various radio stations. You start calling, going to all the Ataye centers, defending somebody that are making millions, but giving you just 50 USD for like whole month. You there defending them. Our brothers and sisters. This is the country for us. Then when people try to help us, when the government said, "Oh, we're bringing yellow machines to construct our roads," they will see other people there calling. They say they calling on the today they inviting the minister of us, the minister of state with our portfolio, Mamaka Benete should be going to the house today, along with the foreign, is it the minister of state, Grace Pay,
and that of the defense minister Gerald.
Defense minister. So today they summon them. Musa Brete is saying, Musa Brete and other folks from the CDC, the lawmaker arm, they are saying, why is it that the yellow machines are being packed
Mm.
at the BTC barrack.
Mm.
That's the problem they're having with the defense minister.
Mm.
Why the Liberian government should take the yellow machine from the port and carry it to the BTC barrack.
Mm.
So that's why they're inviting the defense minister today to go and explain who having the property that have been placed there at the BTC barrack.
Mm.
That was according to Musa Belete and other CDC lawmakers.
Mm.
Then now, the leg of the district number 9 lawmaker,
Mm.
Fred Safoko and other people, they are saying that up to now they don't know how the machines got in the country. So
Mm.
they are also inviting the port manager
Mm.
on different. So these are the people that trying to destroy us,
Mm.
trying so hard that since the announcement of the IF moving equipment
Mm.
that we say that the Liberian people should benefit from. No, they are saying that no, we don't want them. We don't want the Liberian people to benefit from it.
Brother, these things will continue to happen, Buckeye. Like we're saying, it's going to happen.
Mm.
Have you had Buckeye? Have you had the time to really understand why the conversation about all we want to know the accountability, how the government is doing this, how the government doing that. At times, I sit down and wonder and say, this too is the one crashing, right? But Buckeye, I'm asking. And this morning, I continue to ask our friend that usually call from the constitutional angle.
Yeah,
I'm begging you this morning to call, right?
Emmanuel Randa.
Emmanuel Randa. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying, this Buckeye?
Mm.
The Constitution is telling us that the lawmakers, those appointed by the president, if the president nominates, for instance, if the president nominates Boubacar Kamara nominated to be a defense minister.
Mm-hmm.
The Constitution said Boubacar should go to the legislature. So he'll go to the legislature liberation for confirmation. The reason Boubacar is going for confirmation because the senators they're representing the 15 counties. So the 15 counties, if the senator agree, I mean all the Liberians,
Mm.
all the Liberian people agree
Mm-hmm.
for Boubacar to be the defense minister.
Yeah.
That's what the confirmation means to me.
Mm-hmm.
So when Boubacar goes to the, when Boubacar goes before the Senate plenary, and the senators voted and said, okay, Boubacar, we confirm you to be the defense minister. What that means is that Boubacar now, the Senate is telling Boubacar that the 15 counties and the 5.3 million people are making 15 counties agree for you to be defense minister for them. So when Boubacar returned to the president will say, okay, but since Liberian people agree, you now, I'm saying Boubacar from today onwards, you're my defense minister, and the letter is being given.
Mm.
Then the Constitution went further and said that from that point, Boubacar, you will work at the will and pleasure of the president.
Yeah.
So if Boubacar is a defense minister, confirmed by the Senate, by the Liberian people through the Senate,
Mm-hmm.
and the president now gave Boubacar the authority. If the machine is supposed to go to the barrack, Boubacar is supposed to call the president and say, oh, Mr. President, I want the machine to come and be here. And then the president is supposed to agree. Because Boubacar work at the will and pleasure of the president.
Yeah.
The Constitution has said that Boubacar should work at the will and pleasure of the legislature.
No.
This is what I don't get. And at times, Boubacar, I'm thinking, I don't know the framework of our Constitution as to how they have this whole separation of power that we continue to see this thing because they said that no one government institution, right, should influence the other, but there should be check and balance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then the Constitution is telling us that if Mamaka Belete, the minister of state with our portfolio, works at the will and pleasure of the president. So if Mamaka is thinking that this is what I think is good for us, the will and pleasure that comes in place, you should seek advice and guidance from the president.
Mm-hmm.
And amen. But again, I'm thinking, how is it that at times we have the conversation? Oh, so now let's take the case of the defense minister. So the defense minister now will be called and say, why say you allow the yellow machine to go park in the barrack? So let's be honest.
The person that employing the message will carry the
So the person that employed Geraldine is the president. So Geraldine works at the will and pleasure of the president.
Mm-hmm.
Then you say that you calling Geraldine to go ask her why you allow the machine
to go there.
Was now President Boubacar supposed to call Geraldine and ask her?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is where I get problem with our whole
And
constitution.
the president is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Liberia. He have right to do anything at any time.
This is what I'm still struggling, brother, as I've read through the constitution. This is the part I don't get. That if they say the president, all those appointed, all those appointed work at the will and pleasure of the president. Then you say, for instance, if the LTA board decide to regulate radio station, then the legislature can call you and say, why is it that you want to shut down radio station? Then the man will answer to the legislature, but his boss I appointed him that he had authority to answer to. My man, no one who has I'm just Sonny appointed official can be deliberate and I want to appear before that. Because the constitution, there's a need we have it. If there's a revisitation, I think it's important. Our generation will have to do it. Because you cannot have this thing. You say, for instance, there's phone. There's phone. Baka gave to me. So say Baka gave me the phone, I'm using it. When the Baka supposed to ask me, say, oh, how the phone? But at any point in time, if someone from us I want to ask me, you can say, well, man, how you even using the phone? Who are you now calling the phone? I mean, the person that gave me the phone, I thought I didn't want someone to be asking me a question. But this is what we are. So like that, you find the lawmaker for no reason. Someone just obstruct the operations of the government for no reason. For no reason, someone just said, like Friends Afoko, right? He summoned the port. I'm saying the port director,
Port manager.
The port manager. He summoned the port manager because when Dukley has said the two, I'm saying the 4 million generated, or the
6 million
in the covers. The generator 4 million, right? So they remain 2 million to government covers. So he said this is for the 6 years of CDC, 4 million generated.
So that may invest.
The only conversation that they 4 million CDC, so the base you can't justify to the Liberian Senate how the generator. I'm saying 4 million in 2 years.
Yeah, but why he said why the measure include George CDC in the conversation?
So only because Dukley has said we at the port now generate. I'm saying for the space of just 6 months, we're being able to generate 4 million, and we remain 2 million. I'm saying we're being able to generate 6 million, and we made 2 million to the cover of national government. This is unprecedented that throughout the 6 years of George Weah administration, we have 4 million the port. I'm saying provided to the covers of national government. And the only conversation that why they make will say 4 million job we are given to the port, and just in 6 months they not get 2 million at all. So they make you come before the house now and explain how we get the money. So you see, so the whole process now, if the port manager now had several other issues or functions to attend, everything will be, all will be obstructed because one phony lawmaker that call him. So you see how the guys flip flop and they move from one point to another. And at times we tell you. So a lot of things you said, like for instance, the president say you want to audit. Brother, the moment President Baka go about, say let's instruct the GSC to go audit. They will someone the GSC can say, oh, how you going to audit? In fact, we don't say that. Then that whole conversation when the GSC finished to them, they send it to committee room. Before they move from committee room to come back on the floor for voting process, Baka, we ain't going 2 years. Trust me, if the president who have on the first hand, right? Let's agree that there is a law that say the president so to seek the advice of the legislature before doing anything. But if the president who has said to the legislature, believe you me this morning on this conversation, that if the president who have said to the legislature, we bring in 200, we want to bring 285 pieces of earth-moving equipment to condition our roads and improve agricultural productivity in the country. What is your way and pleasure? Bakai Musa Benede will never have any support of it, because he's already providing a part of that service in District number 7. In Nima County, he has his machine on the ground and they are working. So like that, a man of such will now want to take away, his authority, that kingship and everything that people, the way people hear, they honor him. In Nima, you will not want that to move from him. You will look at, for instance, Tomo Farah now already entering the dubious deeds with Western Cluster, will now want such a deed to be strapped or taken away from him. So like that, all the different lawmakers have their own frames that are providing services. Now the conversation will come out of debate. Oh, we get money for this and this and that. The further analysis, they say let's enter the community room for decision. We enter community room, maybe it may about 2-3 months there. So in 6 months, in 5 months, the president administration, they may 2-3 months there. We enter in the 8th month. Then they come back on the floor for another debate. Maybe perhaps they will say, since we observe this deal, let's take us some power from there. Let's add some power. So instead of 285, let's bring 200. Let's do this. Let's do that. When they finish doing all that bureaucracy, brother, surrounding the 4 year finish, they have the 2nd year entering it. So you see, that's how they work at that legislature. That's how they work up Capitol Hill. Okay, that's how things are. So every lawmaker has their own business. From one angle to another, they have several businesses. Some of them are the like lawmakers and entrepreneurs. That's how we're looking at it. Lawmakers are entrepreneurs in our country. They said, oh God. I mean,
And fellow Liberians, you guys, we are talking here this morning. Probably you're listening to what you feel that what we are saying, we are against them. We are not against anybody. We don't have problem with anybody. You understand? But the lawmakers now today, they are inviting the Minister of State with our portfolio, the Minister of State. Why are they invited? Because according to them, our laws are being violated, and some individuals that want to benefit politically are no longer benefiting, so they are invited. But let me tell you guys this: you as a lawmaker, let me tell you this. The issue about the importation of these yellow machines and the people that will stay on the way of development. If you say you call yourself lawmaker, just go back to your district, go back to your county, and go and tell your people there, say, oh, they coming in of the yellow machine, it's not helpful to us because the people violated the constitution, so we shouldn't accept the yellow machine. I think these are some of the things that you should be doing. Hear from your people first before making decision. I dare you to go hear from your people then. Stay in the way of development. We will not sit here on this platform and allow some lawmakers that are milking our country that we should be benefiting from today or tomorrow. Our children. I mean, look at some things that we should have graduated from. The issue about road connectivity, the issue about electricity, the issue about power water. This is an OH problem that we should have graduated from long time. But we are still, as a country, we are still stuck up on constructing roads, celebrating yellow machines. These are some of the things that we should be. None of people talking about technology, moving far ahead. But we are still on who should construct road and who not to construct roads. Then when the government trying to help us, then some other people they come and saying that, oh, because somebody not vow. How long they see rules and laws that we've been talking about here? You lawmakers, are you guys living up to it? You want for us to go in some of your deeds that you've been running here? The money that you're collecting for yourselves. You're buying your own cars. The money, the kickbacks you can take from that house when there's a concession agreement. You can let the Liberian people know about it.
no.
You can, we the Liberian people can know about it. So the importation of the yellow machines, if you as a lawmaker, you think you will stand on the way, you better get ready, because the Liberian people are not taking it lightly. Liberian people, they want development, and they should receive development. They should receive it. You think you will politicize this thing?
This conversation.
You will never politicize it. You will never put. I see Gray, Gray, the former lawmaker. When you see someone in men post, you laugh. You know what the man said here 2 days ago? The man said, honorables, to sit and allow your constitutional functions to be wrapped up in toilet paper. This Akaros Moses Gray from the CDC. Honorables, to sit and allow your constitutional functions to be wrapped up in toilet paper, as the executive has similarly done, means you are in cohort with the executive and in secret and shaded deal with the yellow machines issue. Also be aware of a well-constructed political plot and arm twisting being cooked up by the anti-developmental. This is Akaros Moses Gray, my people. They men have stole the people district number 8 Ebola money. Up to now, he can't account for it. Now the mayor talking here, the man that used to receive all of the kickbacks in the house. Now the mayor talking because today he's no longer a lawmaker.
For me, I don't want us to. I think your mic is loud. You need to lower a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, just a second corner.
Right.
I think Buakai, that for Gray, I don't want us to even dignify Gray on this conversation. Never. But what am I saying is that like what Gray pointed And this is the reality. The reality in the lawmakers' agitation towards the yellow machine situation, Buckeye. This is where it lies. A part of it said that they want to make you look like anti-development. There's a line that you read. I just want you to go back over it. There's a line that talked about the anti-development stuff that Great mentioned.
He says here, the executive which attempts to portray you as anti-developmental.
Okay, so the executive attempt to portray you as anti-developmental.
Yeah.
Now, the anti-developmental aspect that Grace spoke of, it is the conversation that has entered the ears and heads of the lawmakers. That for a while, I'm saying that's the reason why they have said repeatedly that, we were summoned, those officials will come and tell us and do this and do that, we'll object, we'll oppose, we'll do this and we'll do that. This is where it lies. Because those ex-lawmakers, the ones that served previously and left the space, had told them that, listen, the only way you maintain political dominance in our country, the way that you keep in a space and Liberians still hear you. Liberians are certain person. I'm saying Liberians are a group of people, Buckeye, that the people, they are able to differentiate the government successes from individual business. I'm saying Liberians are able to distinguish the progress of the government or for any other reason, Buckeye. If Musa Benete in District Number 7 is constructing roads, quote unquote roads, I mean the feeder roads and things, he had about 2-3 different caterpillars on that road.
Yeah, people renting it from him.
Right, renting him as well and going to condition the road. That's good, granted. So the conversation with the people in District Number 7 is that, they are Robin Sport.
Yeah.
Even government that only the representative the member to the night carry.
Yeah.
So the day yesterday, the lawmaker come in the district, everyone wants to go and hail him. Because little that he's doing, it appears big in the eyes of the people. Because the people are not understanding that he's taking away millions and giving them just the penny. But the fact that they see a bit of good thing that's been done for them,
that government
they appreciate it.
They say government can do
so
it.
if the government decides to do the bigger ones, so for instance, if you go and get that little caterpillar, soon away when you fail from here, go and when move from here, if they break down after 2-3 months, you go, you post most paper again, go for a break. But at least the fact that you make it, I'm saying you're attempting to do the roads, the people will remember you.
Yeah.
And Liberians are a group of people that remembered what people have done for them. They always have the weight of fame back positively. So when we go for elections down, the people say, but where you at? The town hall rose for and I rose. What were you?
Thomas Farah did it.
Right? Where were you? The time those scholarships, Thomas Farah gets scholarships to our children. Where were you? All right. So like that, the person has authority. That's why when you listen to somebody lawmakers who sit down and say, my man, I can't go campaign. I'll win elections. But if the government is stepping in and saying that road is our responsibility, last time I checked, the 3 cardinal functions of a lawmaker, I not see nothing there that talk about building roads.
No.
I don't see nothing there that talk about giving.
No.
I don't see nothing there that talk about building town hall, whatever thing. That's why you have this. You have the list, the community empowerment program that has been run by the ministry, by the executive. You have you have different institutions of government as well are responsible for that. In that direction. So the conversation here is that they will see it to be anti-development because when the machines are on the road and the roads are being conditioned, the people now will have an understanding that this is not a representative thing. It is a government that we voted for. Then the people start to have a conversation. So when you lawmaker go back now, you will be on the basis of how did you support the government agenda to ensure that things were done in the country.
Yeah.
At that level, a lot of them will not be able to explain themselves. So when the road, for instance, if the road is conditioned from here to Tottenham, if you as a representative going to Tottenham District Number 1 to go campaign, the people of Tottenham not be telling you say, we want you build road for us. Nah, the people in Tottenham not be telling you we want you build school for us. What they'll be telling you now, how did you support the government agenda that roads were constructed in our country today? How did you support the government agenda that schools were built for our children? How did you support the government agenda that today we see our children are on scholarships and government, all of our schools have been subsidized? Then at that level, It takes a rational man now to comprehend and give an answer that satisfies the voters' consciousness. So that's why you say now they see this government whole strategy to be an anti-development draft against their agenda. So they will do everything. And I must confirm to you this morning that the lawmakers will work their ways out. So that I will believe you me that in the days to come, there is a likelihood that the conversation today that the lawmakers will pull a moratorium or perhaps will put a halt to the importation of the yellow machine. The ones that he country are already here, we can get about that showcase. But the remaining ones, because Mamaka Belete has said this thing will be coming into segment.
Yeah.
We brought the first batch. The second batch is expected to be in country. The third batch will follow, just as the way until the 285 pieces are completed. Now, the lawmakers have had an understanding that, listen, if we sit there and allow this thing to go, and President Bouakai bringing the 285 pieces of machine, and they be on the roads, the law, especially the thing, that law thing is just one thing they want to hire on them. Therefore, every room needs to have door. But the door doesn't, anyway mean that we add a door still we can sleep. Bro, without door, we can still sleep. But here is a conversation. So if the door is there, the door which is a law in the conversation is there. You need to open the door to see deep in there. So they're using the law as a door to block the hidden agenda as to why they will stop the government from doing this thing. Listen, let me confirm something to you this morning. After Minister Mamaka Benete, Sylvester Crispy, and that of Geraldine George appearance at the house today, whether or not they provide a definite answer to the government, to the legislature, there will be a conversation immediately after their appearance that the lawmakers will take a decision, Bouakai.
Yeah.
That you know why? The account provided by the minister and Crispy is not sufficient.
Yeah.
So we will stop the importation of the additional batch of machines until the Camera will follow clarification. I'm confirming this to you this morning, Bouakai. That this will be the conversation.
Like, remember one see that one happening.
It is only with our conversation we're having in the morning, perhaps it will change that.
My man, like remember one see that one.
I'm confirming from reliable sources that this is what will happen.
Also, stop the importation of the machines.
What they will do is that any already using the law as a precedent.
Yeah.
So they invited Mamaka Benete, Sylvester Crispy, and Geraldine George. After their appearance today, they'll ask all their questions, and if the possibility will be that session will be a really, a very noisy environment today. After that session, plenary will take a decision that the account provided by Mamaka Benete, Sylvester Crispy, and others is not sufficient. So because of that, then the government sees the importation of the additional batch of machines until further clarification. Look at that. That's the conversation. That will be the decision that they will make on today and confirming to you, fellow Lapier.
Wow.
So you got to be on alert. Don't be surprised that moving forward, if you can, moving forward, if you're not hearing that governor bring the second batch of machines, then you be saying, oh,
like a lawmaker,
because this other conversation will be the people now. The lawmakers want to sell the president to the people negatively. So when they stop the importation of the machines, what will happen is that they'll be using the law as a precedent. But like I said, the law is the door. So when they use the law as a precedent and they stop the importation of the machines, then they sell the government to the people. Then Liberians will start to say, oh, but the only four, they only bring 12 pieces, 12 pieces of truck. What 285 pieces of machine? What 285 pieces of this and that? Then the government will be pressured. Then there is a possibility now, a President Bouakai wants that order or that legislative order to be removed, then you have to do the brown envelope stuff. We will still come back to it. You understand the conversation? We will still come back to it.
They brother not benefiting. You know what hurting them, man? They may not want benefit one way or the other. Their brown envelope not reach out to them yet.
So they're working their ways out, brother.
Sure. So they want for their brown envelopes to reach out to them. They all that fighting you see, Musa Berete, them, Yeke Koruba, them doing all that thing. The men want their brown envelope. Once the government put money, but can you imagine, fellow Liberians, our own development? Probably somebody you sitting there at home, you monitoring us. for the government to develop our country. They may not want to stop it because the government are giving them brown envelope. They want for the government to give them brown envelope, and the president is refusing to give them brown envelope. That's why they're now trying to stop the importation of the yellow machines. So from the discussion today, like Harry previously stated, if you hear say they put stop to the importation of the rest of the machines, you will know that like a lawmaker, be it district number 1, district number 2, district number 3, whosoever it is your lawmaker. You there in Nima County, like a lawmaker. You there in Lofa, like a lawmaker. They are the ones stopping the importation of the yellow machines. And we are letting you guys know this morning. Because we see no reason, absolutely no reason for would they stop us. Have Liberian people been benefiting from the resources? Have Liberian people been benefiting? The Nima Mountain, what we benefiting from it? Other concessions, what are we benefiting from it? Nothing. So if this government just come and tell us that we've been facing there's a major issue that we've been facing, road connectivity, and they want to address this for us as citizens. You as a lawmaker that should be rallying around the government to get this done, because the government is trying to work in the interest of your citizens. You are saying no. You're saying no. Go ahead and do the importation. Let us, come and explain to us. SYZ. But no, you said they shouldn't bring it.
Then where the conversation is,
yeah, they shouldn't bring it.
So come to think of this thing, if this thing was about the law and the lawmakers hold so dearly to this conversation, okay, my man, what they think in your own mind if they take the machine and carry it to the barrel to go pack it? But in your own mind, you need someone to explain that because security reason they put that thing down there.
No.
That thing that's only against someone to explain to you. So, oh my word. At times I'm bad at that. My man, they get something called common sense. That one also someone need to tell you. That thing now someone need to explain to you before you understand. They brought the machine country. The port management had informed the government that we have other citizens are bringing their goods, and the machines continue to be here. It is overwhelming the space. The space has been overwhelmed. So there is a need that you clear this out. So the government is thinking, we take the thing for you, what we carrying it? We can carry the public welfare.
No.
We're looking at security. These machines are new. Why if you carry the public welfare, someone can steal one of the batteries? Or perhaps open the truck and do something with it.
Yeah.
The government takes the blame. All right, fine. Let's go put at the municipal complex. We can't do it because it will be continual public disturbance because a lot of folks will want to come there and see it. And that place is an open space. Where do we carry it? So we look around. We can't carry shuffling. Shuffling is way on the RI. So what we will do is let's bring that Barclay Training Center right in Central Monrovia. Since the Barclay Training Center has a very big space, these machines can be there in the meantime until we have a conversation to bring the next one in. Then the president now called his defense minister who worked at his way of pleasure and said, bring the machine back before there's a commercial. No, that's not it. So because of security, they took the machine that day even on the recording. When I asked Mama Kabele, she said, we came to the Barclay Training Center because of security. High security presence.
Who can go around the barrier?
So there's a high security presence that are here. Then I say, you call in the defense minister can say, why you lie? Machine go buy in the barrier. When are the defense minister working for you or the president? But this is where we are, folks. So what's going to happen that we continue to inform you this morning. And we want to repeat this. Mamaka Benete, Minister of State of our portfolio, who is the engineer, who is the lead negotiator of these 285 pieces of yellow machine will be appearing or is expected to appear before plenary today. She will be accompanied by the Minister of State, Sylvester Grisby. She will be accompanied as well by Defense Minister Geraldine George and Chief of Staff and the Army Chief of Staff David. At that conversation, the lawmakers will ask her, how did the government went through the negotiation, the acquisition, and the procurement and subsequent, arrival of the equipment in country? That's a question or the talking point today. After Mamaka Benedict's deliberation, the lawmakers will tell her that the information she provided is not sufficient. Upon Mamaka departures, the House will take a decision the House will communicate a decision to the executive to put a halt to further importation of the yellow machines.
We want to see that one happening.
The House will inform or will communicate to the president or to the executive, instructing the executive or informing the executive to put a halt to further importation of the machines. Because in their wisdom, they think that the laws have been violated or the right process or the information provided by the Minister of State portfolio is not sufficient. At that level, federal road works will start effectively because the president wants the road construction to be simultaneously. It's not like say we go do Bapolo finish. No, we won't be doing it. So the moment the people in Bapolo County are smiling, people in Grand Crew will be smiling. People in Bapolo, people in Folk County will be smiling. Lofa will be smiling. Everybody will be smiling. So that the happiness, the anxiety will be across the country.
Nobody will be left out.
Will be across the country. So don't be surprised if the president agenda is being disturbed by the operations of the House. This is what they're about to do this morning. I'm confirming to you this is what they're about to do. For reliable source.
Okay. So, fellow Liberians, once that is done, that's the time we will come back here on this platform. Tomorrow, we hear you tomorrow. So we'll come back again on this platform. We'll let you guys know everything that will happen today. But we'll not sit here and allow people that have been milking our society, our country, to stop us from getting our little roles that we should be benefiting from. We'll not sit here and allow it. If you want to do your thing, what your response. But why is it that they don't know their own functions, or Harris? Are they forgetting about their functions or what?
No, the thing about it, there are two ways to become, there are two ways to be the powerful lawmaker in this country. It's not about making laws. But I challenge you. Let's check over the last 15 years across our legislature. 80% of the laws that have been crafted or the laws that have been signed, right? Or the laws that have been passed came from the executive.
Sure.
80%. Under the George Weah government NAMO report came out and says 75% of the laws that were passed came from the executive. So it tells you the main function of the main laws. They're making laws. Because to be a lawmaker and to be a strong lawmaker in Liberia, there are only two things you need to do. Be a businessman, be an entrepreneur and a humanitarian. That's a two-way to be a strong lawmaker in this country. When you are entrepreneur, you get a lot of businesses. You take contract from private citizens. You take contract from government institutions and give it to yourself. Right? That's the first way. Second time, then you work in the community. You look at a hand pump. The last time I saw a lawmaker dedicating a hand pump that they constructed the total value of the hand pump $300, and he invited over 15 million institutions to go dedicate $300 hand pump that he used. The total money they used to recondition and reconstruct. The people had a hand pump there before, but it's poor. So they went, they cleaned the well from there. They did everything. And they go dedicate. Make every 15 million institution.
Look at that.
There are 7 newspapers, 8 radio stations. They're on top. I'm telling you, on top of that, when we ask them what's the face value of the project, it must say somewhere around $300.
Imagine that.
Because they make converted money in Leote. So it's somewhere around 60,000, but then the rate used to be 20,000, for $100. But then $5 or $1,000. So it was 60,000. So the message this project is value 60,000 I bring $. So when I weigh my phone, I said $300.
Imagine it. How much you are giving to each reporter there?
Brother,
Well, 20 or 30, the money say giving to the reporter, we more than the
the 50 million institution because my work all the time, brother. We go.
you went out of the dedicated hand pump.
We were all the time. We were. I don't go to content deep, but we're all the time. So what happened? The 15 journalists in Kerry, excluding the community radio station on journey.
Okay, the one you talk from
So
over here.
because it was a 1-day trip. So we
no.
no, it was a same day return.
Okay.
But he was going for transportation, but the DSA will go as exclusion on 55 per person. So
Wow. No, you lie.
I'm
So 55 per person, 50
per
person.
How about you?
I won't
But
talk about
Monet,
here.
you came all the time for the 40 brother. What are you going to all the time?
Oh,
I mean, it was just like a call. I was surprised. I saw the morning. I was just home coming to my man. That cannot go to the thing. So when I went, that's what prompted me.
remember the 55.
Listen,
No. Let me tell you, like, Ramona, the 55 plus the 15 person at 825.
825.
So it means that two different hand pumps come from your
DSA. But listen, the one that impressed me, right? So when I saw the hand pump, so after the whole thing, and he said, "My man, gentlemen, finished for the day." Then I started thinking, I said, what's this a hand pump that God brought to dedicate? Then I look around 15% away in my phone. I look at the money. That's why prompted me to ask and say, so the project is valued. So this project is valued at what now? And they said $60,000 for the people now they can have access to safe drinking water. So then I laugh. I said, but if you all are here and we're joining a poor, I'm going to get out to base on 2 more hand point in the ear.
I mean, I think we need to try to tell our supporter to so get the hand
But
pump.
I'm telling you, that's why the guy go.
The-
But the thing about it, Braka, the takeaway is that those folks there, they owe their loyalty to him now. Because he was the one that was able to, restore safe drinking water in the community.
That's the life they want us to be living.
That's how it is.
Yes.
So the similar way with the yellow machine.
Mm-hmm.
And similar with the yellow machine. So that for recent Tomo Farana get $6.8 million contract with Western Cluster for a machine.
Mhm.
If you decide to take one of the machines already to Western Cluster, and maybe you take that machine, carry on Lovar Road and go pay it. The same money I wasn't going to pay him.
Yeah.
You push.
And I want to
that
make the info
and
here.
then go and pay that road.
They make pay somewhere info here. I want you to be lawmaker
You waste
today.
the man. I'm saying you others say you get a mouth of people. And Liberians are people that owe their gratitude to you when you do something for them.
I mean, the country here will have a very long way to go. Very, very long way to go. Very long way to go. So, we open the phone line shortly, but there's something that we touched on yesterday, and we want to re-echo the issue about the Pinsville City Corporation. We haven't forgotten it yet. We haven't forgotten the Pinsville City Corporation and the stop part of debt all around. We touched on it on yesterday. Somebody, when I left the radio, I received numerous of calls. I received numerous of calls, have people expressing a frustration on how they are paying money and the PCC is not working. They are not doing this. They are not doing that. Don't be carried away. We haven't forgotten our conversation, because I see people texting me the money. Oh, so you forget about the conversation. We haven't forgotten our conversation. We will not forget about it. We are putting our notes together. We are putting some documents together. Yesterday, we visited a few places in Pinsville. We did a full documentary of certain places and people we talk to. And today again, we'll be talking to some other people. We will bring people on the show here, and we'll let you guys know on how filthy the city of Pinsville is, and how the folks that should be doing the job are not doing that job. We haven't forgotten our discussion. Don't be carried away. Don't see because we're talking about different things today that you say, oh, we didn't forget that. No, we haven't forgotten. We are compact. Somehow we like to eat our soup when it is cold. Yeah, that's how we like it. So we are comparing our notes together. Yesterday we interviewed a few people. Today again we're going. Yesterday it was a certain part of the red light. Today we are going to another place. We'll compare all of the notes. We'll post it on our TV page. We'll go to other media institutions and let them know what's happening in Painesville. Like we said, we're not against people. We're not against people. We just want the cleanliness of the city. That's all. The drainages should be clean. That's all we need. That's all. So, folks, we'll open the phone lines now on 0778 665 699, 0778 665 699, or 0880 561 644. Once again, 0880 561 644. Or the women, you can call on 0776 549122. The women, their line is 0776 549122 for our ladies. Let's take this person. Good morning, welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Baka. I'm Festus Diva, calling for SKD Bolivar.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah, Baka, you're very, very big man this morning. Like the discussion on the concession business. Those guys, those lawmakers, they are not in our interest. I would say for free this morning. Those guys started suffering way down the line. When you imagine, if you can remember, there was a time where ArcelorMittal and BHP Billiton were on our concession agreement about the keeper business. The BHP wanted that concession. BHP, I worked for BHP. Can you imagine? I worked for BHP for 3 years. BHP were paying us 1,200 as a driver, just driver. Yes, that's why I was able to pay my house on the SKD Boulevard. But BHP never succeeded because BHP is a company that never brags. If you can remember where ArcelorMittal get our lawmaker, the 100 pieces of pick that time. Yeah. Yes. Just to get that to ArcelorMittal free, like how they taking it today. And BHP, when they get BHP some kind of concession agreement that not even fit the company, because BHP was not a small company. How the people left the country? The people told us that we can't brag, and no good company will brag. You see? Okay. So those guys never been in our favor from day one. Now to Western Crosser, I am a driver. I'm a professional driver. I left from here. I went to Bombing to find a job from Western Crosser. I spent 3 months in that place. People told me, just driving job. I should come back to Thomas Farah for Thomas Farah to employ me on one of the job before.
Is that what they told you?
That's what they told me. They said, all of the trucks are there. They are rental trucks, and the driver have been employed by Thomas Farah.
Look at that.
Yes.
Damn it. So thank you. Hey, but sorry you left the line, but I talked to Sika Chipo. Good morning.
Boakai Kamara, good morning, my dear brother. And I would like to say good morning to your man Harvest there. Thank you to the two of you, my man. We are listening to you. For the public, I am the religious advisor to the Senate protest, Senator Nyombli Kankan Lawrence, and I'm Sika Chipo Chinika. I'm calling from Bannersville this morning. I raised my man, you look like Patrick. Let me go to the point. Yeah, if somebody ever told you that I'm one of those that are saying it this morning. I appreciate the two of you, but let's be rational to this discussion. You know what going to happen here now, as Harvey was saying? Then I want to ask Yeke then or Foko then. When Kabina Janet was impeached, and they follow the law, and the law they follow, right? Some of them were still seated as lawmakers. That other how you call him a Carol Gray. He was in that there when the law was thwarted and Kabina Janet was removed from office. Carol Gray was not there. Also that now because you want for Boakai to feel so that you resurrect on it right now. For Boakai, it's easy for us. So you kept saying like once a year. Boakai, this is simple. You go sleep. You know what we'll do to them? Thank God we know the strategy. The protest part will understand it. We will go to the Capitol building. Since they say machine shouldn't come, they will not go to where they go to address it. Boakai will not sit here. Our brothers and sisters in Maryland are today coming to Monrovia and going back the same day. That bad thing. No. My people are the direct beneficiary of this thing that we are talking about. As I speak to you, Boakai, I receive phone calls every day from our home. Refugee, the people are happy. Although yellow machine, there you can stand as a lawmaker for your own selfish interest. You want to stop it. When you stop it, you know that that you're passing around. You're not going to go to the Capitol building, my brother. Thank God the equipment that are coming. You got the police equipment. You got the police cars there too.
Yeah.
When we go to the Capitol building, we block the bureau entrance. Let's see what you're going to do. When you bring blow, we'll throw it, and you people will not work. Thank you for affording me the time.
Thank you so much for calling in, Sega Chipo. Let's take another person from this line here quickly. Good morning. Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, BK.
Yes, sir.
Good morning to your colleague, Harris. Thank you guys for the topic on a discussion. I must applaud you people because you people are sensitive Liberians who are talking developmental issue for our country. But how be it this morning, I would just want to speak to the lawmakers. There's a good venture they are trading on. We like that. Or just as they are there to hindrance the development of our country, while we send them as a direct representative of the people, and what we send them there to do, and they are there to be a hindrance to us. These people will not go to work. We accept it. We're watching them since the yellow machine business kick off, and we saw the way they appreciated it. We will pay them because we will go to that capital. We will block all the entrances there. They will not go to work. They are going to work 2 times a week and not even spending 8 hours there and reaping the resource of the Liberian people. Still, they want to give us slap in the face. We'll give them in return.
Okay.
Those people that we elected and send them to parliament to represent us, and they are not representing us. When we are sitting, watching them, they are violating the constitutional right of the people. We will go there and remove them by force. The people have the power. The power is inherent into the people.
Okay.
So if they continue to go on that track, we'll go against them.
Thank you so much, my brother, for calling in. Let's move to this line here quickly and take this person. Good
morning, brother Liberia. Thank you, Biggie. Thank you so much. And let me appreciate the both of you this morning. Like I always said, you guys are the modern encyclopedia of professional broadcasting of our dispensation. And thanks so much. Thank you. Look, Biggie, I've said that without numbers that these guys at the Capitol building are joking with the Liberian people. Look, BK, we are very clear about this. This is not about party business. This is not about county business. This is the interest of the Liberian people. For so long, BK, few weeks from now, Liberia will be 177 years of age. 177 years of age. Today, this country, as old as we are, we should still be talking about road connectivity.
No.
We should still be talking about electricity. We should still be talking about power, water. We should still be talking about government authority around various communities. No, these guys must be ashamed of themselves even at this point in time. And you want to come and stay in the way of development, and you talk about PPCC or what kind of all the money the men eating to Capital Building and get part to PPCC. They are 45,000 in a car. They get part to PPCC. Look, these guys must start joking with the Liberian people. And BK, like I always said, and this is not a threat, but the continuous provocation by the legislature to the people may spark up a situation in this country like what we saw in Kenya or recent. We saw the people moving at the capital in Kenya. They can try. They just trying to pull the legs of Liberians. That's all. People look, let you want CDC men all the days that they want to. Some of you get over 15 trucks. Western cluster that is taking huge amount of resources from our country, and you are pocketing the money into your pocket. And today you want to say in our part to PPCC, we looking at them, BK. BK, so we are looking at them. We will watch the process fully today. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Samuel. Let's cross over to the diaspora and talk to our on this line. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning. My name is Douglas. I'm calling from Europe. How are you?
I'm okay, Douglas.
Thank you. Thank you for the program. Look, do you know why the 3 nations left the efforts? Because of these reasons. You know, these guys wanted to do some things, and every time they are been stopped by the laws, but all of these different people within the house, 3 houses, the guys say no. I think we're going to do our own thing. We're going to leave that because that thing can stall development. Go look what happening in Mali and Burkina Faso now. These guys are moving very fast because of those things. Look, I think the legislatures, look, guys, they are careful. They will not stop that thing, but they want to just have. It's not all agreement that go to the legislature. They are fit to realize. If you look at the procurement law, it's not all documents. Only the one that involve taxes that go to the legislature. So they don't know those things because I think it was last week. You know, this gone Tuesday, there was a debate on this some kind of company that to report there. It was a debate. And they said,
CTM.
Yeah. And they were asking why they did not go to the legislature, and Delon Gallo and read that portion. He said the procurement law, I think section 3C, it says that not all documents that go to the legislature for ratification. So they don't know this law.
They may not know their function. They didn't know their function.
Everything they're inviting. If you go and invite everybody now all the time, they go now in their offices to do the work. Or they may not only there to invite. They just invite. Even if they see chicken passing on the
they will invite you. Okay, my brother. Thank you so much for calling in from the diaspora. That's our brother Douglas there from Europe. Let's move over to this line and take this person here. We're still taking your calls. The women can call on 0776 549122 for the ladies. Yeah, let's take this person. Good morning.
DK and Harris, how you doing?
We're doing pretty well. Welcome.
This is Pascal Davis.
Pascal, you're live.
For District 6. So, you know, we will not get tired. We believe that our lawmakers are sensitive to the plight of our country. We all will want development, but we can't break the laws because we want development. It will not work with us. I listened to the president when he said, it's not about the teacher election, but the teacher generation. And I know BK and Harris will not want our democratic space to become autocratic. I know you will need support that. So we'll be asking the question, why is the hurry in 6 months when the government is so fresh? You've asked us not to criticize. And so, because the government is new, you got over 6 years. I mean, why are we so in haste? Even in the reading season, we are in haste to bring machine. Yes, it's a good thing. It doesn't mean that the law should be broken. I just ask that you read Article 34D of the Constitution. Somebody said the president should go ahead. Oh, yes. Then why? They said that ministers are even appearing before the legislature today. Look, so it doesn't mean because you were a criminal yesterday, you can't be a good citizen today. If we say because the drug addicts are many in the country, and because we want to get rid of drugs, we should kill everybody, the police should kill everybody who are taking drugs. No, the law doesn't call for that. I don't know. But we are asking the president to follow the law. If we will hold any government for standard set, we'll hold Mr. Bwaga in his government because they've come to do things differently. And doing things differently is to respect the law. Mr. George was said, I mean, people say you didn't follow the law, he broke the law, he was a lawbreaker, he was a dictator, and that's why the people make a decision. Okay. Nobody in a right mind want to go against the coming in of machine. No, but all the lawmakers that are spoken with,
all right,
they say we want machine. But doesn't mean because we want machine, Harry. So, I mean, that's forget about how you feel. Should we go outside the law? Is that what you're saying now?
All right, thank you so much. Thank you.
No, I'm just asking you now. Thank you. Papa the law, right? Because you want development. So we'll rise up too. Let me inform our colleagues who think that you can break the law and you think we'll sit here Our lawmakers are decent people.
All right.
Look, we will follow the law, right?
All right.
Mr.
Thank you.
Bwaka, you can bring 10, 100, 1 billion. We'll follow the law, and the laws will be adhered to. That's what we can say.
Thank you so much. We'll take your call 0778-665-699. Let's take Pangomo Kamara. Good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Buckeye. Good morning to Lebron people.
Okay, go ahead.
Today, the regulator, they are not calling. I'm giving my SOS call. We will not work for government before. We are not depending on government money, salary, whatever. We are set independent. We are working. When the country is better, we better. They will find in the bill to be better on their side than their business. Because we are not looking at resources. Today, this month, and next month, Liberia, nobody could get free movement. The machine, the contract, the cancer, we God and we able to raise ourselves because when we're working with women better use will not depend on government check to make $200 or $500, to make 10,000 or 30,000. Why just and then that would get left on law. Why the law that we are part CDM? I never done a day of call them, marathon phone, they call them, they call I get my get them that running. Some of our machine, the operators are just the company that and then now I'll tell you, Sir Joseph all his bosses, the sign of contract with better fee. Nobody else can go on better fee. So Robert and they will call it, kept that baby. We know what the Jubilee are the on.
All right, Pango.
So the Nigerian who must gather and stay and black stand out there say that focus is the one that boy kept that baby. And we will gather and buy the better one. No more representatives.
All right, thank you so much. We're not going that route, Pango, but let's take this person. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, BK. Early morning. This is Erogbo from Kingsville.
Erogbo, welcome. You are live with us this morning.
Thank you. You know, when people are deeply entrenched into corruption, they see what is good and they call it bad. That's what I see interplaying here. The thing is, these guys are used to brand envelopes. And that's how they used to, frighten presidents in that place. When the president wants to undertake what is good and what is beneficial to the citizen, they will act that they're stepping on it, then they give them small money, then they release it. That's what I foresee happening here. But I know President Bwaka, we don't want to get anybody $5. But the fact is, they are becoming insensitive to the plight of their own people. They are becoming insensitive the fact that how to reach villages, how pregnant women, babies who need to have, health, to go to hospital. They cannot go to hospital because they do not have the mobile to take them to the hospital. They are insensitive to the fact that people are still using hammock, lapa, the tar lapa and the stick to be able to convey, patients to hospital. They have to walk. So now 1 hour, 30 minutes. They are insensitive to those things. But let me tell them, like everybody else is saying, if they continue or if they stop, or they coming in of those machines, they will have the wrath of the Liberian people, to contend with. I think this is ugly. They need to do better. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Erogbo. Let's take this other person here. Good morning, welcome.
Thank you. Good morning. Well, let me say good morning for your brilliant topic. This is the voice of Prince Kolake. And I don't want to believe that when you have the same view on the station, they give you more time. No. So everybody should be accorded the same time because what some of us has witnessed, people with dissenting view, they got more leverage or leverages than people that are discussing the issue here.
Okay.
So
we'll take note of that.
Some of us, we will keep referencing some of our brothers because we were here yesterday. The past 6 years, I was unfortunate to have one DV to travel out of the country. So I was here, I saw the bad leadership ability. Some of our brothers today are talking about law. There's a photo circulating on the social media when they were saying sanction, no sanction will vote for you. So some of them are calling today on every radio station. You know, people ask me why I kept referencing somebody. I'm not referencing the other people or Juku, Boswa, Maya Tosia, because they are not on the radio pretending as if they are in the interest of the people. They're sitting in their corner. But somebody out there, oh, sanction, no sanction will vote for you. And they voted for Maggie in the election of today. They are talking about good governance. They are on all radio stations. So the issue, I think the article my friend brother talked about, you can't tell me it supersedes Article 1. Article 1 is the what? The highest and the more informed and decision-making article that says all power is inherent in people.
In the people.
So not everything that is legal, it is prudent. Likewise, not everything that is prudent, it is legal. I agree that the PPCC law should be respected. That which this government, I don't know why they kept being tablet. They have reached this far. Now, what happened this one Saturday on the Somalia draft? It was the first of its time for me to see people going to jubilate. People are in a juvenile mood, their facial expression, and all showing to the people that the action, so the government bypass the PPC law, bypass all the other laws. But the action of the government now is in favor of the people because Article 1, all power is inherent in people. All free government are instituted by the people. The will and happiness of the people is required. So when the government have done something, though the government did not go to you and say, this is what we come and do, that we shall have a point. But what is being done, it is in the interest of the people, and the people have even gone to witness the arrival of those things. What comes to your mind as lawmaker? If it were me, Prince Kolake, I kept up bidding for what I waited, even if I have problem with the arrival of that machine. But once the people have gone to represent, they are happy to say, yes, oh, it's okay. I've had so many years from the day like bro from up to present. You know how many lawmakers we have had there. You know how many laws have been enacted. But then this law, this one, it hasn't been, it is not law, it is not any agreement. But the people love it. Why can you lead that talking? I say, when you get
all right. No, man, you know how many times, you know how long you're not talking for here?
Thank you.
You gone 3 minutes, 3 minutes, some more seconds. Then you say, what kind of man? So you should do it. So when I try to put a 1 minute policy into place, you guys will not really like it from me because I swear every 1 minute I'll call you. What are you doing? What you? Okay. So the way I want for all to start down. Let's take this person. Good morning. Welcome.
Yeah. Good morning, my brother. Good morning. I want to make how you coming?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. This is Boaka.
Oh, Boaka. Yeah, I'm Mr. Two from Johnsonville.
Okay.
Yeah, bro, Boaka. Let me tell you something. When something is wrong, is wrong. Bringing in the machines in this country is welcoming. Everybody welcoming. But the procurement aspect is wrong. When we operate like that, we'll be bypassing many things. It's not good for us. Let's be realistic. Do not procure beyond legislation. It's wrong. Thank you for the machines. We agree, but the procurement aspect is wrong. And you, Boaka, I don't want you to say that we got to bypass because to satisfy the masses. When few persons put together about 300, they go down there and jubilate machine come in. The that the people agree with the law.
Okay, so we should send the machines back up until they follow the rules, and laws, right?
Let the machine be here. It's already okay. It's here, but let's agree that the way the procurement was wrong. That's what I'm saying. It's wrong. If you go anywhere, the procurement that was done is wrong. The machine agree with the machine, but it will not be happening that way. You want it to be repeated.
I'm not saying it should be there. I'm saying because they are so we should at least send them back and then go through the process. Or then they will say, oh, now.
Give me one say, are you getting
All right.
Don't be in our studio and be saying that
Okay.
correct.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for making your point. We still taking your calls on 0778-665-699, or the women can call on 0776 549122. That's the ladies line. 077 6549122. Let's take this person on the line here quickly this morning. Good morning, welcome. Your name, where joining us from?
My name is Johnny Montgomery. Okay, good morning.
Good morning, Johnny.
Thank you for the topic on the discussion this morning. Weka, let's send a warning to this lawmaker. Any attempt to stop the ballot machines from coming to Liberia, we will march to the house in there one by one by one. We know them. We are suffering in this country too much. Our moms coming from the villages where they can't reach to town because of road. If any lawmaker that make any attempt for any one of the machines not to come out of Liberia, we'll visit their businesses, we'll visit their houses, we know where the children are going to school. So we'll not play on the Liberian people. President, we have broke the lawyer for 6 years. Nobody opened them up to say anything here. Nobody opened them up to say anything here. All of them were dancing buka around here. Let it get a Liberian for chance. Let our mission come. We develop this country. We are way, way behind. We are tired with this so-called lawmaker in our house.
Okay.
We are tired.
All right.
We start putting our people together. If they make any attempt, we'll get to them.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in.
It shouldn't be doing a violent mood.
Yeah, it shouldn't be doing a violent mood. Good morning, welcome.
Yeah, good morning, my dear brother in studio. How you doing?
No. There's a women line. Please don't call a women line. Let's take this person. Good morning. Good morning. Hello? I don't know what happened to your line. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, Justina, I'm calling from the Grabosi Highway.
Welcome, Justina.
Yeah, one caller talking about say Uber Park, PPCC and EECC, or CC. Another one, he me guess he the only purpose defender stay on radio station and arrest station. That he talking in arrest station. Every station he take to this morning. That was the city he will say. He get here because that the only thing we the we able to go come out and you arrest or money. We are getting room to go interior. I will benefit. When who's and when people come in, when I'm cooking, I will not have to buy. Now you could.
It will not be expensive.
It will not be expensive. You buy a little after that, but it will cook your soup. But now when the roast boil, when they put the transportation, everything inside. So they have to here. I get nobody able to come to my door. Person able to come to my door, getting money. And the only benefit since Liberia was founded, like only benefit we say come benefit. The only thing because they don't want to benefit. That's the reason they're doing all of those things. You see how they put wicked to us. You said the wicked to us. We want to hear about you get back in one crack. They get it. So I just won't cry. You guys, not so just how for. What kind of wickedness that? What kind of wickedness that? So they Liberian people. Who the Liberian people are talking about? Who the Liberian people? So who won this? We won this. So who the Liberian people?
But the people say they lost now. They say they lost. We're not respecting the laws.
When we finish, we're able to go to the law. When we finish, we're able to go to the law.
Okay, Justina, thank you so much. Okay. Let's take this other person. Good morning, welcome.
Yeah, good morning.
There's the women line, my brother. Call the other line. Good morning, welcome. Good morning. Call the women. You call the women line as men. I'll call the off. Good morning, welcome.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
All right, that's the women line. The women, okay, there's the number. The men can call on 0778 665 699. That's the men number. 0778 665 699 or 0880 561 644. The women can call on 0776-549122. Let's take this person here. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Your name is joining us from?
Okay, I'm Barney calling you from Wukiam. Those guys are doing all this because many of them have yellow machines on the road working. Today, if the government brings machines to the various countries, the people will always benefit and they will become a loser. This is why they are campaigning by all means for us to have those machines. We highly appreciate the government for their post. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's take this other person. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, sir. My name is Stephen K. Gabriel from 72nd Israel, Liberia.
Welcome, Stephen.
Yeah, I want to go on the yellow machine aspect in our lawmaker. The first thing is that our lawmaker don't even know their function because they don't even have right to summon any of the minister. Because if we read our law or our constitution, they said the law, the ministers are there working the ways and the pleasure of the president. So they have to make every report to the president. So what I'm saying is, our the minister, either the defense minister or
they have my brother. They have right to summon the ministers. They do have it.
But what I'm saying, when it comes to the machine aspect, we have the interest in the machine.
but they are lawmakers. They want to. They need to know how the machines coming in. So they want to know.
So me ask the question here. All the money they are getting from the houses there, or other concession companies, are they informing us? Are they benefiting us?
That shouldn't stop the government from doing the right thing too, now, my brother. So
what I'm saying, we have interest in the machine. So nothing else will stop our machine from Lemi to Liberia.
Okay.
So whatever they want to say that's their business, but we have interest that our machine come. Like I think they call PCC or whatever CC. That our machine when it comes, then we will better discuss. We'll go to the lawyer and discuss it.
Okay. Thank you so much. Let's take this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Your name is joining us from?
I'm Mercy. I'm calling from Barnesville.
Welcome, Mercy.
Yeah, I'm listening to the talk show this morning.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, it's a good thing that our president bring a machine to face road to the federal county. We're not against that. But for those, our fellow Liberians are calling and saying, if they represented in 2 days, they will go the black road, they will cause fight. It's not necessary. Not necessary at all. It's either you listen and where will be the outcome of the meeting that the representative called for. Then they'll start getting all those 30 words because other people come out too and start getting that 30 words. Then where are we going? Why are we going in the country? Because we are not even united yet. We want development. You're not united, you can't get development. First of all, you gotta be united as a citizen so you will see development. So for me, that when they're talking with black road, we do this, it's not necessary inside. We should all pray for the best to come out of what the representative call for, not to be using those statements.
Okay. Thank you so much. Now take this other person. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Your name is joining us from?
I'm Dana.
Dana, welcome.
From Nimba. And if you guys temper with the yellow machine issue, that will not go by 2029. We can promise you guys. We need the federal roads to be open. We got a lot of places in Nimba that we're supposed to go and get our plenty and get our food. No road. You guys should accept the machine. Then the other one we can talk it later.
We'll talk it. We'll talk it later, eh?
Any representative you temper with that machine, you now go by 2029 Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's take my Esther. Then we take some mail calls out here. Good morning. Welcome.
Yeah. Good morning.
Yeah. Welcome. You're live on the show.
Yeah. I need Esther Sako. I'm calling for Ominga.
Okay. Go ahead.
For me, the only thing I want for us to do in the country is to put God first. Let Liberian put God first. A Liberian want for the Liberian want for the country to be better. we got to put God first. Who know God? Yesterday, they tell Joe yesterday, they say you will not doing better. But another person, Nathan, with a Joseph Boakai. Who know God is final thing concerning the nation? Because our leader then, they do a lot of things in the country, innocent bloodshed in the country. We got to ask God for mercy and get on our knees to repent for our wickedness, our wicked deeds. Even all the people, we vote for them. They are not doing nothing for the Liberian. The Liberian people, they are not doing anything. When they get there for their own self. We got to put God first, yeah? Okay. My brother, my uncle, we got to put God first. That's my view.
All right, thank you. We'll put God first. Everything we do, once you not put God in front of it, again, we're good. So we're putting God first, my Esther. Let's take this person. Good morning, welcome.
Morning, boy God. And let me say morning to your co-host, boy God. Oh, boy God, this is Bobby Abu Menska, boy God. Oh, I joined a discussion on this district this morning as the Koporo. Let me appreciate you guys this morning for this brilliant discussion. Oh, boy God, it is clear that work of our lawmakers in this country, they are not following the laws in this country. Or maybe they are not reading sufficiently, because you cannot give power to the executive. Then the executive go ahead and use that power by bringing these yellow machines in this country. Then you want them you want to question them on the machine. I thought these lawmakers, we expected them to ask a hard question. What the purpose of this machine? Who is operating this machine? Are the machine passed through the proper channel? These are the questions is supposed to be asked. Not coming to the public that they now want the machine. Because you know that the machine was coming then because we were not getting too much for a job be running around here with experimental and be renting it. Government, experimental and government will go in partnership, be renting government job.
Okay.
That's what we go in the revenue of the government and generate money. Even the machines can use by other companies like here who do not have sufficient machines, who can rent it and generate money for the government and to be able to pay more roads. And our roads in the rural part of Monrovia, that we will be able to build hospitals and what have you. But this country, we will not burn the country. This country will try hands under the leadership of Joseph Nima Boyka. We all pray for law left to see the death and the death that we all want to see, because we are a very old country in Africa.
All
we cannot sit to criticize everything.
Okay, my brother. Thank you. Let's take other people here. Let's take this person. Yeah. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Your name, where Johnny was from?
My name is D. Cover Johnson. I'll call you from VOA RI Highway.
Welcome, Cover.
Yeah, regarding the yellow machine, let the lawmaker them go sleep. They don't know what they want, and we the Liberian people will know what they want. Let them understand that 2017, when President Boakai was running, at that time when you were running as president, the first thing they asked him, even on BBC, even the local radio station, he said, what would be your first priority when you become president? He said, rule. Rule number 1, rule number 2, rule number 3. If you get passing on that they now understand that Joseph Boakai mean what he said about rule. The first thing he said, rule 2017, 2023 again, he repeated the same thing. Liberian people want rule. That's why he's looking at vision instead of rule. When rule there, education will boom in the country. When we get good rule.
I just don't know what happened to your line, but I take this person. Good morning, welcome.
Yeah, good morning. I'm Mr. Levi calling my SKD Bodova.
Welcome, Mr. Levi.
Yeah, let the lawmaker understand that since 1847, we've been passing through that process, that PPC are working on CC process. But look at our country today. So this time around, this is the other way around. When you're doing one thing over and over, you're not getting result. My brother, you have to turn it around. Those lawmakers them passing law in their own interest. Every small thing, people must go report to them. Who are they reporting to? I think we need to visit the law to find a committee where the lawmaker is supposed to be reporting to. Yeah. We need a better law to find a special committee where they too will be reporting to.
So because they're not reporting, so they're just doing anything, eh?
Yeah, because everybody is just there doing anything they want to do. Yeah, they're running for the 5,000. We say now vote for them, and we're not benefiting nothing. At least something is coming to change our country. Since 1847, we've been passing through the law. Where our country is now? Where our country is now?
So more close. So more close. I more on the law for now.
Close our eye way around. Say we're doing it the same way over and over without getting results. We'll do it all the way around. So if they try with yellow meeting, my brother. I'm speaking from Nima country. You know our country. When we say we for something, we for it. So let them try it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for calling in. We take a few more calls this morning. Then we transition. Let's take this person here. Good morning.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, Nima.
Yeah, my name is Mr. Clement P. Tavi. I joined from GSA Road.
Okay, welcome.
But you see, the same way we can vote, when we go to vote for president, legislatures, and senators, that the same way sometimes we behave on radios. We don't make our own decision. The country is country by law. The same people that are talking today, you go to the card in some of them, yeah, they will go straight to the law. Or they will do anything that the law will go to. So anything happening for our country, nobody hate development. But we want these things to go with procedure. You don't leave the politics aside. We understood that machine will come, this will come, that will come. But if you don't go to the law, so when the machine are coming out, some kind of mafia gang have put themselves together to get the machine. Tomorrow it become a problem. The international community will have problem with us because we are speaking all of ignorance. You are underestimating the lawmaker today. You are underestimating the judiciary. You are underestimating everybody because you want a yellow machine. But tomorrow when something come up, the international community will believe you. They will put sanction on the country because you are taking things from other colorate. You are taking things from this. You have to understand how the machine comes.
Okay.
If I gave say toy like people that gave that this, that, then it will be understood that we all know, but we shall start talking all kind of things. In our honor in the radio, it will say that we are now Liberian.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. We take two calls, then we transition this morning on the show 0778-665-699. Somebody, Logan, you are asking for the WhatsApp number. Let the WhatsApp number running on the screen there, man. Try to look at it. The WhatsApp number is +231-886-1060-61. The WhatsApp number is +231 886-1060-61. +231 886-1060-61. That's the WhatsApp number. But I take somebody from this line. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name is joining us from?
I'm Andrew Wisha calling from Reservoir Community.
Welcome, Andrew.
Thank you. Waka, thank you, your studio guest. My brother, the yellow machine is meaning. I'm from Grand Crew. You go to Grand Crew before then, 10 more than 3-4 days. But right now, my brother, just imagine the yellow machine is not yet on. I get it. That just all of my machines on the road. And they don't get to enter to. And then our honorable lawmaker, they are sitting there. They are putting themselves into click. But my brother, the main gate is one. It's from God. Any of those men or women that will stop the development of the Liberian people, that generation will not see the fruit of Liberia. It's not a threat, but it's a reality. We, the Liberians, we will stand firm to protect the development of this nation. My brother, the people travel, they see other countries. You want Liberia? What about Liberia? The people want for us to be begging them every day and night. This country will come on the right path. Most of the machines you see there, some of the lawmaker machines, so they paper place carry on contracts. We wanted the yellow machine. You see, they say, oh, that woman yellow machine carry on this work. My brother, need those yellow machines. And any of them that will stand in the way, that funeral will not be a good funeral for the Liberian people. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We take one more person, 0778-665-699. On the show this morning, everybody, we have a lot of views. Yeah, people are expressing them. And let's take this caller here. Good morning.
Brother.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Good morning. You are live with us. Your name is joining us from?
Good morning.
Doing pretty well.
I thank you very much for the show. The last time I checked, the politician told us there was 68 agreement that was signed. 8 and 6 of them never meet international standard and support the Liberian people. The same people that signed the agreement, they are all around here. Nobody harm on them. But today they're talking about PPCC, LACC, all this CC. Look, without offer Joe, all the argument on the radio, they are talking about the law. So I asked one journalist, I said, can you go on Broad Street or do I ask the people? Because all of you are talking about the people now. They are saying the Liberian people. Y'all go ask them, say, they think, why you having your machine? What y'all say? Then the man say, I want to tell you how to do a job. So you're talking about the people. And I don't want all the old money now that you're talking about. Kuma, all the Mantiti, they in the butchers, making a little farm and all the things. All the things on the radio. That they in Moria, you all know that. Go in the interior, carry your camera there and ask the people for the machine. But you're talking about the and you are looking at it on another angle. But if the Liberian people feel that you want to deny them, where they were paying 30,000, they will be paying 4,000 to go and come. And then you deny them. My brother, what I got said, I left it like he was happy. Thank you.
Iris? The callers, everybody making their own point.
Of course, and I love the diversification in views. You know, it is important. At that level, Boaka, you have an understanding that the people too are part of this process. So, like we said, let's go and have consultations with our people, right? As a lawmaker, let's have the consultation of our people and tell them as to this is what the government is about to do. We, as representative of you, we are sensing that this thing is about to happen, and at that level, we can have a conversation surrounding that. But Boaka has been a good one. We will take our commercials. Yeah, take words on our sponsors. And when we return, we'll go on the second segment of the conversation this morning. Yeah, another interesting one you just don't want to miss.
Okay, so let's go and take a commercial.
What can't you do? What won't you do? Nothing impossible. Nothing impossible.
Hey, Doreen, you're here looking so worried. What is that issue running through your head?
Kelvin, it's that time of the year, and I'm really in search of a school that will meet up with my career path, at least give me a quality vocational training in some of the areas of my interest.
Wow, Doreen, have you heard about the Conduit of Potential, COPS?
Conduit of Potential, COPS? What is it?
The Conduit of Potential, COPS, is that premier institution of quality education.
Your EM2 listing and your MTN mobile money account to win. And a plenty money they giving up. Just dial *799# and select Punch FM and put in your bet. Each bet is $100 Liberian, and you can bet as many times as you want. Who is every day the money will flow. It will flow. From night. Don't check. We need now.
about paying your taxes for your properties. Just cooperate when you see them in your community. In your knowing, when you pay tax, all of us can enjoy. When you pay your tax on your land or your house, the government will do plenty fun things for all of us. Pay tax, we all enjoy.
In a limited from a quad jump round, you can pay even when you living uptown. Pay your real property taxes.
It is new. It is a revolution. Yes, we are the biggest betting partner and we are here to stay. My people, that's time to listen to your favorite radio, Punch FM 106.7. Listen. Just make sure you get your MTN mobile money account ready because Mokofi Umpa is coming west. Listen to your favorite presenter on Punch FM 106.7 Punch Cash giveaway. To be a part, dial *799#. Every entry is just $100 Liberian dollar, and you can enter as many times as you wish. Don't say I not tell you all.
Okay, so welcome back. After that commercial break, we are back here this morning to bring you the Punch Breakfast Show on Punch FM 106.7. This is where we discuss the issues and we just don't want people thinking that, oh, we are against certain things or we are against of other people in this country. No, it is not about being against other people. It's about we have been down a road for a very long time. We have been down a road for a very long time for us to just sit down and just be stuck up to one place, Harris. But a lot of other countries, people have moved on. You know, today we'll move from here, we'll go, we tell people who live from the country, we go in other countries, we'll say, oh, Ghana developing, we'll say, oh, Nigeria developing, we'll say, oh, Guinea developing. But we Liberians, when we not stand up for ourselves, we'll not get to where we want to be. And there should be a wake-up call to the president. You know, when the president is given a tax, it becomes a huge burden on the president because it serves as just an eye opener. It serves as just a gateway because he should be the one leading us. And when we can't work or rally around the president, it becomes a serious problem. It becomes a serious problem. It becomes a problem to us in a sense that there's a country for us, and there's a country for us that we, the people, sorry, I'm trying to do something this morning. I'm trying to get at something. Okay. All right. So we should have Max Mixer this morning. By this time, he said he just can be live in studio, so we're trying to connect him on the line. But before we can get to him, we are talking about Liberians, our minds, our attitude. Our minds, our attitude. You know, it begins from whom. Mm-hmm. You can be the mother at home. You can be the daughter. What you practice at home is what you carry out there.
Of course.
Harris, the country is becoming, everybody just want to be that in a particular position. We don't want to graduate. We just want to be stuck up to that particular stage. Even in our homes. You see, the men will get a woman money to cook food. Even they get a woman, if the woman will say, oh, the market how that none of that father that 10 US, she will go and use nothing less than $700. The banana money she put it to her purse. And that money that she keeping her for her say, oh, one day I'll bring it for me, my man, to me show it to my man. Oh, I been keeping the money, they'll not do it. And these are some of the things the day they are giving governmental position, they will carry it to the same ministries and agencies. What am I driving at? I'm trying to tell us Liberians. You know, when you are given a position, you know, like we said, we are 5 million plus people in this country. If you have been handpicked by the president to serve a specific position, do it with your all. Do it people will recommend you and say, oh, Harris, when Harris was given the this particular position here, he served well. When Bwaka was placed behind that microphone, told him that, oh, you should take care of that morning show, he did his best. Or they recommend him to another institution. But Harris, if you are given an opportunity, not just being behind this microphone, if you are given an opportunity to serve, to go serve as a particular position, you go, you dream down that particular institution. Then tomorrow you expect somebody to come and recommend you. It's just like our fellow Liberians that are here, when there are people in the diaspora, give them money to build house or houses back home. Some of them, they will mix money with phones. Some of them, they will misapply. They will do something. They will not even say building house. They will go and take other people's houses pictures and send it and say, "Oh, this is what I'm doing for you." And then when the people come down in the country, they can see the house that they've been building, and the person been sending their money. Our minds and attitude.
Indeed, it is actually affecting us, Buckeye, and it is something we have to discuss. We'll have a time. I believe we'll need to take this thing as a whole subject a day, even though we're just having this in passing while our guests get on the live feed. But it's a problem. And Buckeye, like the way you write it, please, honesty, transparency in our doings. It's a greater problem. And at times, when they look at the bigger pictures, those in authority are the ones who blame always for being corrupt. But even in our homes, our wives, you go in the market, the husband has struggled, and sometimes you say $1,000 can cook, right? To cook good food, you might $3,000. Why in itself? Sometimes you know that everything's in the house, you just need maybe $500 or $1,000. Then you say, oh, $3,000. Sunday to cook good food, and it's only at $40, $50. Why in itself you need just maybe at least $10 or $15? And at the final analysis, you take the remaining money, you get your mobile money or SIM card, you send it on a special SIM card, and I don't want using it. But you and a man living together, a husband who are married, but you get a special SIM card you had in your purse, your money. Yeah, but you say for better for worse, you say, I mean, what is things are happening, Buckeye? I mean, it's real. And that's why we will take a time off on this radio. We just talk about it. And some of you are involved deeply into this thing. Yeah, a lot of you are involved deeply in this thing. Yeah, so we're gonna have a time to consider. You have to send a link. I don't know how is it doing. So we certainly got to look at it from that angle. But again, it is a good one that above everything. Yeah, it is. This is Liberia, and we got to do it. But a lot of folks have been victimized because of that situation. A lot of folks at times they give you a Buckeye. Someone look at you like the way you sat. I'm saying you place it. People have been frustrated. I had a conversation with a brother before. He tells me that, Harris, I had a desire of building a house in Liberia, but this time around, I'm not interested anymore. And I'm not interested anymore. So I asked him, I said, well, what's the problem? And he said, it's because I have tried at least 2-3 persons, trusted them to do my construction work, and all of them let me down, they turned me down. And I found out, just something to, after I realized that it was lit for me. They have already stored for me and they take away a lot. So I resolved to just letting it be that way.
Okay, so we do have Max Mixer, Ambassador Max Pacquiao with us this morning. I think you have to unmute yourself, Max, so we can get you. Good morning, Max. Wherever you are, welcome.
Thank you, Buckeye. Good morning to both of you, and thank you so much once again for the invitation. And thanks for welcoming me as well. It's great to be with you guys. Sorry that due to some other unforeseen circumstances this morning, we're able to be with you sitting together one-on-one, face-to-face. But however, thanks to the technology as well. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, you are live with us this morning from your home. Welcome to Liberia.
Yeah, BK, thank you. It's good to be back home as well. This is home. Regardless of the opportunity today that we got a second home, but this is the first home, and this is where my heart is. So it's always a great joy to be back home, and to see family members, to see you people as well. Thank you.
All right, so Harris.
Yeah, indeed, Ambassador back here. We say good morning, and
I'm just used to the Max Mixer because we
thanks for joining us this morning in the conversation. We hope that this will go as planned, and we'll have such a wonderful conversation. But we begin this morning. You just returned 6 months since the electoral process ended. We had a transition, a new government was birthed. Ambassador Boakai became the president now, the 26th president of Liberia. Were we to look back a bit, I can recall you were on ground during the electoral process, during the campaign activities. You were here in Liberia. Well, if we are looking back a bit upon a return in the UK, after Liberia has had a successful election and a peaceful transition, how was the conversation like there in the UK from your friends, those that followed the electoral process? I mean, what exactly were they saying to you?
Well, Harris, thank you for the reflection as well. This is in history, and in history is all about reminder of yesterday and also learning from yesterday. This gone election was an election that every Liberian, regardless they were back home or in the diaspora, the majority of them actually played huge part, irrespective of wherever their support was. But I saw that this election was the election that actually the highest percentage of people, Liberians in the diaspora, actually participated in. They may not have gone home like what I did to register to cast their vote. They might not have gone home to even campaign, but at least they use their social media, they use their family contact to make sure that indeed their influence is also considered by their family members and friends and things. So discussions from, well, I can say from way 2022 as a community leader here as well. Every time we meet, one of the things we have to, kicks in, and we have to discuss about Liberia. We have to discuss about elections and things. And so preparation was way far back from 2022. Let me say it that way, and reaching to the point where elections were held, and everyone who had interest in it actually made their contribution. The discussion now is, way forward. Also, many people are interested in making sure that indeed promises that the winning party made should come to fruition or so. So this is what we are now discussing. It's all about wishing the government good luck and for them to do the right thing so that at least uh, we can have some sort of what we can say a safeguarding principles for the future of our children in this country, because for too long Liberia has been just left behind by many countries as well. So everyone hope now is that yes, election finish, especially those who are in the diaspora, especially those who are in the United Kingdom. Everyone hope now is that we come together, like how other countries can do where we are. During election, it can be heated, but once somebody is declared as the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, I mean, when you go in the House of Parliament, everything now is about the people. Everything now is about the country and thing. And so this is the same hope that we are hoping that Liberian people will at least support this government and support the ideas of it, and see as to how we can begin to see development coming through in Liberia. So yeah, Harris, fruitful. I mean, we stay discussing, and people are sharing their views, and also people stay also making their influence back home with respect to whoever they have in the government, to keep reminding them, look, your promise there, you got to do that, you got to do this. And myself, I always on the phone, especially in the Ministry of States. There are a lot of people there that I know they have responsibility to this country, Ministry of State. So I always bank in their doors. You remember we said this. You remember we said that. You remember, and so for me, I'll keep doing that. I used to do it even during the days of the former president George Weah, because I had a lot of big brothers in that government that I was really pushing almost every day and reminding them for them to do the right thing for the Republic of Liberia. So yes, discussions are going on well, and we're just being hopeful. All of us are hopeful that indeed, as soon we want to see, international NGOs even coming on the ground to close the gap of employment as well, and investment, climate to be seen from the international business people to say, oh, Liberia has a good business climate. Let's see whether we can do investment into it, and we can see tourism to be booming as well. So yes, so far so good. Harris, we are hoping for the best.
Okay. So we begin since the inception of this government in January of this year. This is our first major interaction. I mean, or some will say first appearance on the Punch Breakfast Show as a guest. Several times you have weighed in on issues as a caller. So we want to have a fair analysis of the president's 6 months performance. Man, you are on record as one of those that hugely supported President Boakai, and so it is important to bring you on this conversation so as to have as to what the president that you campaigned for at the time when he was just a private citizen is whether he's the same person he remains as the leader of the country. Let's begin with President Boakai's strive for transparency and accountability in this country. This will be our first point of focus. The president, if we may recall, during the electoral process and even after the electoral process, when he had an interview with the VOA, he was emphatic that his government will direct its energy towards accountability and transparency in this country, so that those that served this country before will be accountable for their service to this country. It has been 6 months now, Ambassador Kpakio. A lot of conversation has surrounding the corridors. Have said that President Boakai is paying less or no attention when it comes to auditing past government officials. Where do you stand?
Well, yes, your analysis are quite in place, and this is why I started by virtue of reminding you and that indeed all of us are actually marking the government and reminding the government of the promises they made. And I know accountability and the quest for ensuring that people give account to public service, whether they are in or they are out of this government. Also, something that it is, that we all welcomed anyway, because for so long, this country, her own children have neglected her. They will get to state power, and from there, they just forget completely about her and look after themselves and things. So to reach to the point where a leader will promise and say, well, if I get the leadership, I'll make sure that people are held accountable for whatever public service work they have been doing. It was in good faith. And I know Ambassador, let's say the president of Liberia, we've had, one-on-one conversation, especially like when it comes to Liberia. This is where he respects me a lot. I don't just go there and sit down and talk something else. I talk about Liberia. I talk about the children of Liberia. I talk about, disabled people in this country, the forgotten ones as well. I've always been raising these issues and things. It just a couple of two days ago, for my arrival, I even reached out to one of the ambassadors, and I was just reminding them. I said, look, I think we promised the Liberian people, and one major promise was to audit the past government, and to also ensure that indeed, even those that are coming in power, they should come with clean hands as well. So we've all been 7 months into this leadership, and such noise, constructive noise, is no longer being caused around. For me, I'm concerned, and that's why I told the ambassador, I said, I'm concerned. I want at least, if there are 1 or 2 cases, but now, let's hear that this court, this person is going to court or so, and the process is going through legal means, legal process and things. Then we will know that things that were promised, some of them are kick-started. I want to see it, Harris. I really want to see an audit taking place in Liberia.
Is it that you have something problems? Is it that you have something personal with George Weah administration? You are one of those that are very critical during the George Weah government. Part of the reasons why you've been calling for this entire audit.
Never. I was never personally against any of them. In fact, if I tell you, Harris, the government of former President George Weah, the highest in power in terms of geographical, demarcation, from the Southeasterner to the Kisi people. Let me just name, I'm not even going to say Lofa. The Kisi people were the highest ranking officers in that government. They were decision makers and things. So if I have problem with the government, I have problem with my brothers, especially those who are the willpower to change things. And that's why I was banking on their dose every time and then. That's why led to some of them even, cutting off speech from me also. So I was impersonal. I was concerned about the people of Liberia. As you know, I've been into humanitarian for a long time. I don't make enough money, but yet and say if I make small, I share. I come down here and share with the media also. But if I see people who are in power and who are controlling the finances of the Republic of Liberia, unfortunately, I'm not doing the same thing that I'm doing, at least to give back to the people of Liberia, then I've had problem with it. And that's the problem I had with how our leaders during that time were misusing their public offices and things. Corruption became rampant. Since my 4 decades on the planet or so, I started seeing government and things in Liberia. Not a day I ever heard, the United States of America or the World Bank or any other institution or an individual country putting sanction on any government official during those times or so for corruption. But unfortunately, for the George Weah-led government at the time, such thing took place, and we all were baffled, and we all were confused, and we all were concerned, and we felt disgraced that the country was being disgraced, and thing. And so
the blame games that it was those in opposition that informed the reasons they were
Yeah, Harry, your line is so bad. Harry, the line is so bad. I don't know the network.
Yeah, we Joseph Sokokone will have to help us in. He's getting me. I don't know. You getting me now?
Yeah. You come in here better now.
Oh, okay. I just hope we keep this way. I was saying that when we have the conversation surrounding the sanction officials, there is a blame game strategy that those in opposition at the time misinformed our international partners. Part of the reasons why they took, they were being punished for acts that then, they were never part of.
Harris, it sounds funny when, if anybody would think that way, except perhaps the class they come from or so, then I will buy it. But if somebody that I think perhaps they're supposed to know better, somebody that can use the word they're supposed to know better, if they think that way, then I'll have serious problem with that. Look, this is America we're talking about here. I can remember 2022, when I sat down with the political and human rights officer at the U.S. Embassy, and I've been at the forefront of pushing the call for the establishment of war in economic crimes court, and that's how the U.S. Embassy, the UK Embassy, I am no strangers there, and I have meetings with them once upon a time upon my arrival in the country, and I was actually pushing this office and pushing America to say, look, come on, man, you have power. You can sit anywhere and know about anybody. Come on. We want you to take steps, as far as the issue of bringing these people to justice, the war criminals to justice. We want you to play a role. You can sit down right here. Even if when I heard about the sanction, when the U.S. Embassy was talking about the sanction, I heard it far before time, and thing. So it was even a collective sanction that was coming, putting the whole sanction on the whole country and thing. When I had a meeting and I brought it up and I asked, is this true what I'm hearing? And the fellow confirmed. He said, yes, of course. We're not happy the way things are going. We're spending so much money and your government is not doing anything good. So I said to him, I said, sir, don't you think an individual sanction would be more useful than collective sanction on the whole nation? Because here you got USAID, and USAID is all over the country. They're helping. The U.S. Embassy is also helping another organization, Mary's Meal, who's going to schools around the thing. If you put the whole sanction on the whole country, then it means that all the small help you're giving, it's going to stop. But if you put a sanction on an individual, then it will affect the individual and their family members only, not all of us. And a couple of when I left, then after a month or so, that's when the sanction came. So America, like even me that I'm sitting down right here, the UK government knows right now that I'm here without even me telling them I'm coming to Liberia. They know if they want to know about my bank activities, they can get to my bank activities as well. So even criminals and things, that's how they can easily track them now. So nobody will tell me that it was the opposition work that opposition reported these people or opposition was talking about this. No, these people even received many warnings. Bwaka they received many warnings, and we all saw the signs as well. To go as far as even going in the account of the Joint International Committee account, the donor, which we refer to as the donors account, to go in there.
Were you still looking forward? Were you still are you still looking forward, Ambassador Kpakio, to see that even under the Joseph Boakai administration, the similar energy, the international partner, exempted on Liberia in terms of corruption could be delivered under the Joseph Boakai administration if in an event where we have other officials that will tend to be in such a manner as well.
I was just before I came, I was talking to this same fellow via email, and I told him, I say, as far as the work that you people are doing in Liberia, because they in fact responsible to collect all the data concerning human rights and things. Anytime you hear human rights report, it coming from this fellow or so, anytime. So about the issue of corruption as well, it's one thing he was telling me, say, if we see that this government will actually begin to start prosecuting people, at least even if they go to court and this person is, the court proceedings will say, well, no, you are free of all charges. It will also set precedents, at least, but leaving it for it to just for people to go with impunity without any form of investigation or so, it is not good. I hope you can encourage your government, those of you that are close to the government. I hope you yourself, Max, you can encourage your government and then the government to continue with what they promised in terms of auditing and also investigating, corruption and things, and making sure that they prosecute people who will, defraud the state of its resources, and that's supposed to go to the children of Liberia or for the future of the country. So I think the same work. That's the only thing I like about our big brothers, which is America. Also, they don't pick; they just pick and choose. Also, they will keep their records on you. They will monitor you. They will evaluate you. I'm talking about government here also. So they are still doing it, and I know definitely their eyes on it. The next human rights report will be next year, which will actually have to deal with this government, because the one that passed, it was 2023 human rights report that came out also. So I am looking forward to even see that, because all of them everything will be included in it, whether it's weaknesses in making sure that they fight corruption, impunity and everything will be embedded in it. So I'm looking for that. But in the meantime, while we are waiting for something like that to happen, all I want to keep doing is to keep encouraging the government to do something. That's why on Friday, tomorrow, I'm going to meet His Excellency himself. I brought my own, long, loads of stuff that I want to put before him, and some of them are just reminder of things I used to actually suggest during the campaign time. So I just go in there to express my concern, and I think it's prudent to all of us as citizens of this country. Leaders are not immune to us, meeting them and telling them what we need to tell them as to how we feel, how they are governing us, including lawmakers as well.
Okay. Before Boakai comes in, let me just squeeze in this this question as well. There are conversations now surrounding the president has a fixed agenda that tailored on arrest. That talks about agriculture, road, and the different sectors as well. A greater attention has been given to road connectivity in this country. The president has been very clear that there is a need we focus on road development and construction. To get that done, the president, his government has initiated the discussion surrounding some 285 pieces of earth-moving equipment. And there have been these claims, counter claims from both lawmakers, private citizens, the opposition community, in terms of the procurement, the acquisition, and that of the bringing in of those equipment in this country. Some believe that the president did not follow the procedure, as with his famous saying, this is not business as usual. So that those that disrespected the laws back are similar to what we witnessed under the George Weah administration should not be in this current administration. With the current conversation now surrounding the 285 pieces of earth-moving equipment, a lot of folks believe President Boakai, with just in 6 months, is somersaulting on the same very things that he campaigned against.
Well, I don't know if you say some of sudden the same thing that he campaigned against in comparison to the past government, where you heard the former party chairman telling the international community, telling the U.S. government that have been supporting our budget, that each time his boss, which was the president of Liberia, former President George Weah, goes out and seeks support on behalf of the country, and money is given, cash is given, it will go into his personal bank account. Now, can you compare that with seeing a material and equipment on the floor, on the ground to work? Are the machines going to be packed somewhere for a private use? I mean, these are questions. These are the comparison we have to do first of all, and then ask questions as well. Now, my only concern and my only question, as I have been in the past, whether from my ending time or so, government that was not even friendly with me, because I was blasting at that government every day, and then it came to the former President George Weah as well, which of course, after 1 year of observing them before I started talking, I will continue to ask the question. My only my thought, and which of course I sent communication to that effect and ask questions, it has not been answered, and that's why tomorrow, by the grace of God, when I sit face to face again with the chief executive himself, I will ask the question. I want to know under what condition are we getting these missions? I want to know whether that loans, is the loans coming from a private company? Is the loans coming from the World Bank? Is the loan coming from the African Development Bank? I want us or the people of Liberia to know about the arrangements that have been made before these missions coming in the country. I don't have a problem that we were not told that we're coming in the country or so. I don't have a problem with that. But since they are here, I just want to know. I just want to ask these questions and let me know on behalf of the Liberian people as well. If there were cash that came in and we just heard about it, that we used to hear in the past. Oh yeah, we have first visit to France here. They gave us $10 million. That 10 million euro, we never saw it physically or even being used for the intended purpose of the Liberian people until when Moraba Molu came out and told the true story behind all of the gifts, cash gifts that we've been receiving also. So in comparison, to answer this question, I mean, it's not something like this president is repeating what the other government is doing. The only thing perhaps, like what I said, is the information. Okay, we acquire these machines. This is how we acquire them. This is what they're going to be like. Because my fear here is, if it is debt for the Republic of Liberia, in which our children, we will pay some, and when we go, our children will continue to pay, then we should know that debt. And this is the amount. This is what we're supposed to be paying every year against this particular debt also. We want to know in plain language. Then we can go, because we know definitely as they are here, we will see the benefit of it, because obviously these are heavy equipment, and the only use you can make of them is not private use. It got to be somewhere that we bulldoze, bridges and forests and things to open roads and things. So in that scenario, there's no comparison with the past government, wherein they receive, they put it into their own personal pocket, and this one is coming and people are seeing it visibly.
Yeah, we don't have the luxury of time this morning, so we will do proper blending. But before we go to the phone lines, there's an issue about you've been following what some of the opposition figures been saying. I don't know if you get like a cousin or like who.
My nephew, I'm his uncle. I hope you spare me for that one. Hey, but the internet gave me a hard time. I can't hear you, sir.
You getting me now?
Okay, good. You get back now.
Yeah, so I was asking, let's look at a feature of the opposition bloc, the CDC, the other political party. They're coming together. Last time, CDC just hosted a program called Setback to Come Back. Do you think there is any way of other opposition bloc making a triumph comeback on the upcoming election, which will be in 5 years from now? Do you think things will be good for the opposition bloc?
Okay. Let me see. As far as my observation is concerned right now, what I'm observing in Liberia, for right now, we do not have opposition political party yet. No. And established.
We do have the CDC, we have the ANC, we have a Liberty Party.
That's why I'm trying to break it down so the people can understand. An established political party to be an opposition, it is not. I support the Labour Party, which was opposition to the Conservative for 14 years. Only recently, they few days they won the election. I'm working in my constituency as a political advisor, so I know what I'm talking about. As far as opposition position is concerned, there's no opposition political party yet. All I can see is institution to be pressure groups coming up, and they are calling themselves opposition, including the cities, because right now up to now the entire party, if I may call it party, is fragile, is disorganized. There's no leadership structure as we speak right now. Everybody's speaking. No one person is speaking, but anybody can speak, and they say they're speaking from this wing, from that wing of the CDC. And the CDC, I'm talking about Congress. I don't think they have affiliation anymore. So when we're talking about CDC, now I'm talking about the Congress. So they are not yet, unless perhaps they can go back to work to rebrand themselves, and then the normal words are normally here using like recalibrate and then come back. Then in a well-structured manner as a political party, wherein they will have individuals who can speak for the party, not just anybody or everybody be speaking also, and be taking on issues relative to Liberia in terms of just attacking one individual as well. Then I will see that, yeah, a political party has been giving, has done their rebirth or so. But whether it's the ANC, whether it's any other political party, whether it's the NPP or so, all of these parties right now are kind of disorganized, and everyone is just taking different directions as well. So we don't have opposition right now. Maybe unless in the next 2 years or so, they will come back. Like you just read their title, and they'll come back the setback or so. I don't even know what's the interpretation of that. So unless people can tell us the interpretation.
There is a prediction that perhaps they could come back. Upon their return, there will be a formidable force. They will be stronger than ever before. That perhaps they will. The CDC will be a party that will oppose, will be very strong in opposition to battle the government upon their return.
Yeah, that's Harry. That's what I just said. Unless if they remain on this trend, where you see lawmakers going to work with wearing red beret, blue beret, to sit in the chambers of the Capitol building. You don't see that. You don't take that to be people who are actually serious minded. It doesn't happen in a civilized in civilized society. Come on. And I'm still having problem with that. Wherein this honorable house is now being reduced to people, reminding us of the past, where rebels used to wear red beret, blue beret, and killing people and whatever. And today, people are coming back to remind us that even though they are representative or so, but they want to be wearing these paraphernalia, to just show up. So it doesn't even make sense. No other outside government or lawmakers would even take you to be serious, and unless they can start from there. Because my fear now is that between now to the end of this year, you will start hearing munya in that building. Once those guys continue to wear the berets, you will start hearing these slogans, these party slogans and things. You will start hearing that. It will be of no no benefit to all of us. I followed it. I follow Julius Malema since 2017, and I was one of those. Most of the time when they are on live, I would comment, and I will comment and put the comment the way it's supposed to go. I told them, I said, well, if you continue with this, wherein you have all of your lawmakers going with party t-shirts, nobody's going to respect it.
All right, we take at least 2 calls. We already pressed with time. Good morning.
BK, thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. Wonderful brother. This is Roswell MP from the Robertfield Road. Harry, let me say this. I agree with most it will not happen that way. Gradual process will take place. Harry, are you aware that as we speak, the issue of the arm that was brought into Liberia during President Weah's time, event conducted now, souls that are close to the former head of the Small Arms Commission, Master Brixby. He was recently invited by the committee investigating. So investigation taking place. But the guys, they thought they are thinking the way they read the state that how we want to use it. No, we will not do that. There will be a gradual process in that direction. Now, Harry, before I leave it now, just imagine less than 6 months, the level that the Liberia has reached in terms of the war and economic code establishment. That has been a very huge success for us. So don't worry. Those guys, I can give you the assurance, in the next 3 to 4 years, that thing you call CDC when indictment are taking place, when Brock and the level of sponsors are being brought to court, that part will just disappear.
Okay.
Don't worry about Joshua.
Okay, we'll leave you right there. We'll take Ali's call and we close to the news department for 10 minutes. Oh, my word, it's already 10 o'clock. Yep. Okay. So we take this last, we'll squeeze in this call out quickly. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, good morning. How are you? I'm Gomo M. Tamara.
Quickly.
My brother in the studio there, thank you very much. The laboratory man. You know, the way that they turn out, what you talk about. We had a year, also, we do all talk. Maggie, then I pretty for them, machine law passing. None of them, all of them, no matter
Once we get back, we'll wrap up.
That is so bad. That is bad. Wow. I don't know whether you hear me, but I'm not hearing anybody talking. Everybody's frozen. The two of you
No
are actually
child go to school. Added that on the NPD, more jobs will be created, poverty will demolish, crimes will be minimized, peace will reign, and the Lone Star will shine, and all Liberians with one accord will experience growth and development. Meanwhile, referencing agriculture to the backbone of Liberia economics, the Liberian leader encouraged Liberians will take our steps to have the potential bringing progress in other people. President Boyle thought that Nigeria has lost track of percent of the rights in the zone. Of the county overdue, Madam Bro, speaking at the day-long global perspective on electrifying nations town hall with the LDC and Elsin Electric Institute International Program here at the EJ Ministerial Conference in Congo Town on Wednesday. In entities Pro-Tem Yombli Kanga Lawrence has since responded to Madam Bro acknowledging the legislature failure to settle electricity bills, but stated that her office has taken definitive actions to address the issues. Senator Kanga Lawrence demanded the management of LDC to conduct a statement the Bureau has called on the Vice President for Student Affairs, Sekou Konan, to resign his post due to allegation of corruption. Professor Konan has been accused of inciting violence, including the July 26 protest accepting bribe from students. A senior members of SUP Prince Junior told reporter on Wednesday, July 10th, that a communication was sent to the Bouaka Konan administration to remove both the university president, Professor Nelson, and Dame Konan. Of principle, but rather students have a safe environment during their academic journey. Dame Konan has denied the allegation of corruption and violence against students at the university, stressing that such art is being used to tarnish its reputation. A group of concerned members of the National Patriotic Party have petitioned the National Advisory Board of the party to convey the 75 legal will review the petition.
Okay, Andy, thanks so kindly to the news department for 5 minutes of news summary. Ambassador Kpaki, quickly we get back to you to conclude on this conversation. Hope to bring you on Monday. Until then, let's hear your final. What's your parting comment?
Well, Harris, I just want to inform friends and families, people who believe in what I do, that we're back in the country. But we came with humanitarian gesture as usual to continue helping in whatever way we can. So we are having a launch. I know Monday we'll talk more about it. We're launching a new NGO called Restoring Hope Foundation, Liberia. And this launch will be next week, Friday. I want to invite all of you that actually believe in my dream, and some of you that actually believe in helping as well and giving back to your community. you're welcome. It will be at the Monrovia City Hall at 2 o'clock. But you need to be there by at least 1 o'clock, because if all of the dignitaries that we have invited happen to take their seat, you may not be allowed to enter. So Monrovia City Hall next week Friday, come there by 1:30 or so, or 12 to 1 o'clock. Yeah, and we need your support. So hopefully, yes, if all goes well, we will sit with Harris and Buakai face to face on Monday next week. So it's a pleasure to be here, Harry. Thank you so much. This is all about Liberia, and I think those of us that have fish to fry in it, we should be given the opportunity to actually make our voices heard as well. So it's a pleasure. Thanks to the Punch FM family for this opportunity once again, especially speaking from right here now on the soil.
Okay, thanks so kindly. We hope to see you in the soonest possible time. Thanks so kindly for being our guest on this segment.
Indeed, thank you, and goodbye.
Okay, Ambassador Marcin, back yourself for breakfast on the second and final segment, folks.